Anyway, on my end,
He will kick you.
I am playing. Oh, hold on a second.
In Soviet Russia, Dream kick you.
Sorry. Yeah, I keep forgetting to turn off the audio. Oh, on my video. Oh, that's a bit embarrassing.
Damn it, man, get back here.
Oh well. Anyway, welcome back to more Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, and oh, what a motley crew we are on this end.
Yeah, so
this is the obligatory grinding stream. So apologies if no plot really happens. I'm sorry. I am paranoid. I am paranoid of the fact that I'm gonna end up fighting really powerful Pokemon in the final area and in the post game. So do excuse me.
I mean, it's not like you're doing a Nuzlocke.
And also Baxter Stockman looks really dumb in the Ninja Turtles movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that new one.
You know, I
haven't seen his design. I kind of want to go in and find
I'm
a bit.
disappointed that we didn't get a sequel to the most recent live-action movie, because that was really good.
Yeah.
On system engaged. Thanks for unlocking Sonic the Hedgehog Episode 4, Episode 1. As a special bonus, a hidden episode starring Metal Sonic has been unlocked. Why didn't this unlock
You're gonna do episode
earlier?
Metal?
Who knows? By the way, Metal Sonic is just playing through one act of each zone from the first game.
Long time has passed.
Long
time ago,
time
in a galaxy far away.
Remember when Weird Al actually had to consult people? Had to consult people in regards to the research on that Star Wars parody song you made about the Phantom Menace.
Well, yeah, he actually he had to go to an advanced screening of that, and he paid like $1,000, I think.
He was like, "Yeah, I want to make sure I get all this right."
Yeah, he did more research than anybody who's worked on the new Star Wars films has.
Clearly.
I think my favorite Weird Al story is that when he asked Kurt Cobain if he can do a parody of Smells Like Teen Spirit, and Kurt said, "Yeah, sure. It's not going to be about food, is it? No, it's just how people can understand your lyrics."
It's sad how true that is. Oh god. Ow. Ow. And then I fainted.
Damn, got mugged again.
My Houndoom is named, and then I.
And then I said.
And then I used Flamethrower, and then I gained experience, and then I fainted.
What a special chain of events. But no, like I said in the broadcast chat, I have two announcements, a small one and a big one. The small one I'm going to say here is I made something in preparation for the Mario Party.
Woo!
Oh.
And I can already see it on my TV.
Oh dear, I'm dreading it.
Don't worry. I can confidently tell you Don Cheadle is not part of it.
Please, for the love of God, let's never include him in these things.
I might one day, but not for
Introducing our special guest, Don Cheadle, everybody!
Don Cheadle, aka the man and who played a version of Captain Planet.
Captain Planet. He's
our hero. He's gonna turn you into a tree.
No. Hey, I remember him from that Space Jam movie.
Sadly, he was the only good part of that movie.
Yeah. Other than that, it was cameos.
Living
Hey,
in a winter wonderland.
Breloom used Thunder Punch. What use is Thunder Punch if Thunder Punch in this generation and does physical damage, not special, or rather does special damage, not physical damage, and Gardevoir is out.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's a generation where Gardevoir is basically a punch god.
Well, Gardevoir and Alakazam.
Yeah, the two psychics, really good at punching.
Well, that was Gens 1 through 3.
I mean, it was kind of hilarious to think your psychic Pokemon just throwing hands.
That's weird.
Instead of using their psychic powers.
Oh no!
Oh shit!
What?
Oh.
What is it?
What happened?
Ah! Stupid fucking.
So what had happened was
You never want to hear those words.
What?
So you go.
No, I wasn't gonna say anything.
Okay then.
Alex accidentally prevented himself from getting a red star.
Oh yeah.
Who gives a shit about the red rings?
They don't do
Not like they
anything.
do anything in this game. It's not like
They don't
with
do
colors
anything in
when you
most
get
games, to be
Sonic.
honest.
Sonic Colors, they
Colors.
let you get the Chaos Emeralds.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the Chaos Emeralds are not mandatory in Sonic Colors. There's not like a major.
Yeah, but
Oh,
shit
and-
for Sonic though.
Oh, and in Sonic Generations, they get you a bunch of bonus bonus content, and in Sonic, and in and in Sonic Lost World, well, you
they do
get
fuck all.
they get you the Chaos Emeralds, as well as
Yeah.
bonus content.
Must be why I never got the
Oh,
Chaos
boy.
Emeralds in those games, because I couldn't be bothered. I didn't even know that the Chaos Emeralds were in those fucking games.
They
I
were.
mean, Magnet Man. Fucking Magnet. They were.
Metacham tried using counter on Ampharos, who used Thunderbolt, and it predictably didn't work.
Oh, horror.
To which I'm like, why?
I'm falling free in the wind, in the wind.
Anyone heard of that modded Sonic Riders?
In the wind, in the wind.
Favorite Rider song?
Oh,
Intriguing.
God. Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh,
Oh
God.
no. Oh god, oh man.
It's
Oh
Wobbuffet.
god, oh, man. Ah, the
God
Nuzlocke
damn it.
killer.
Somebody seriously asked, as like, would you take the red pill to gain Grimmjow's abilities, or would you get the blue pill to gain Rob Lucci's abilities? My response is, which one of them? Which one of them can fly and swim again? Oh right, Grimmjow.
And regenerative abilities. Kick-ass sword, anything like that.
He's not necessarily. He doesn't necessarily have a regenerative healing factor, or that's more.
I mean, he takes a lot of.
Yeah, he could take a lot of punishment. Plus, Hero.
Then again, everyone in Bleach can take a lot of punishment.
And Hero Skin, and Hero Skin is something that's on.
Oh, you fucker.
On a wrong card by default. It's not something they have to activate on a whim.
Like, I mean, I love One Piece, man, but let's be honest. I mean, Devil Fruit in a world filled with water. kind of a bad deal unless you got the Ice Devil Fruit. Unless you got the Ice Devil Fruit, then you can get around that.
Aokiji. But here's the thing: Aokiji is still weak to thigh deep water,
and also fire.
Yep.
Because he's still, he can still melt. He is made out of ice.
He's the Iceman. Cometh.
So did you guys see that Smosh bought their channel back?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Proud of them.
And I saw the first little skit they did, and you know what? I brought a little tear to my eye, because it reminded me of the good old days, back when YouTube was YouTube and not a fucking mess.
Memories.
Do you think they'll bring back food battle?
Food fight?
Maybe. I mean, anything's possible, right? Like, I just want to see, like, some classic skits. Like, just Smosh stuff, you know? Well, like...
What I did to celebrate the return of the gods, I watched one of my favorite skits, is how to hide a, in public.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to furries.
Back to furries. What?
It's Digimon.
God damn it!
Hey,
lost
man,
all my rings!
Hey man, when Kevin Post wrote
I'm gonna come fucking kill you, abominable snowman.
Is this still bestiality at this point? No, wait.
So...
Wait, she's a plant. What do you call... Wait, she's a plant. What do you call that?
Bless you. Bless you. Bless you.
It's fucking hot in here and I'm sneezing like a son of a bitch.
Canada's on fire, man. There's like forest fires going on every day.
Yeah, my aunt has to use a gas mask when she goes outside, and she doesn't even live that... I mean, she lives kind of close to Canada, but she's not, like, that close to it.
Oh, man, I feel bad for her.
Ouch. Let's see. It is called a Deferote.
Oh god, it's the most worthless Pokemon in all of existence.
Mr. Mime?
Magikarp?
Love Disc. Magikarp can evolve.
Apparently it's called a Dendrophile.
Yeah, but Gyarados isn't that great.
He becomes great in Gen 4, Alex.
Nothing exists past Gen 2.
Alex, that's what's known as delusion in talking.
Hey, man.
You're better than this.
Come on, man. I mean, Gen 4 was not that bad.
Really?
Yes, you
are. I still say 5 is amazing.
Yes, 5 is really good. Now, Alex, the thing with Gen 4 is that at moves that are supposed to make physical contact in Pokemon are actually classified as physical moves in Gen 4.
We're talking about furries, and Sonic and Tails are currently 69ing.
You know, the funny thing is, Brain Scratch Comps and SGB already made that joke.
Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one to have that thought.
Also, I found out what apparently it's called for those who are sexually attracted to plants.
You know,
Dendrophiles.
You know what some people call all that rolling maneuver that they did, Alex?
What?
They call that the
super... Dynam 69'em?
No, they call that the super sexy E69 furry attack.
Okay, well, apparently the way to get past that was to hit no buttons whatsoever.
Ah, great level design. Good show. You chose this, man. You chose this. We all talked you out of this, but you still went in anyway.
Anyways,
So
Dendrophile.
there is actually some recent news regarding Mr. Mignana that came up.
Okay.
Is this gonna be the thing with the crazy bitch, or is this something else?
Sadly, it is the crazy bitch.
Okay, is
so
it
Alex?
Because I'd rather, if possible, I'd rather not acknowledge.
Alex, we have to.
Somewhat. We'll give it a token acknowledgement, I guess.
Yeah. So she was on the recent OCA, recent Open Chess Anime podcast where
we really
where she was answering questions.
Yeah. If we're gonna bring this up, we gotta say so. Oh, there's some crazy bitch. I don't remember her name.
Farrah Fatherless on Twitter.
Yeah. Of course she fucking is. But yeah, Farrah Fatherless on Twitter, who is a self-professed porn cosplayer, her claims that she was at some point in time in a relationship with Vic Mignogna, and that when I can't remember the whole fucking thing, but when she claims that when she found out that like Vic didn't like consider her his main squeeze or whatever, that she like went and cheated on him with Ian James Corlett, the third voice of Goku.
First voice.
Oh, first voice of Goku. Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Hey, I got him and Kirby Morrow mixed up.
Third voice of Goku was actually Sean Schemmel. Then it was Kirby Morrow.
Kirby Morrow fourth. Third Canadian voice.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Kevin's here to fact check me while I'm recounting this incredibly dumb story. So, so she is an absolute psychopath on Twitter. Or like she goes after all kinds of people. She repeatedly, he says, like, insane shit. And, like, quite frankly, I'm not sure. We've heard from Squally, the president of the Risenbull Rangers, that like Vic wasn't involved with her. She's just a crazy person. And considering like considering the I just restarted the special stage. Hang on. So anyways, so I don't want to exit the game. I want to exit the fucking whatever.
Back to Vic Mignogna.
So that this woman is like certifiably insane, and like she's all over the place talking about all kinds of crazy shit and pulling out like quote unquote receipts that are like text messages and shit that you can easily fake, and like talking about how to like like I cheated on Vic with Ian James Corlett. Ian didn't tell me he was married. And it was like, okay, hey, why are you telling me any of this? Why is any of this important? This seems like it might be a situation where you ought to be talking about this with, like, in private, if at all, if any of this is true, and then like, and then she goes on this podcast, and Kevin can go ahead and relay the rest of the story.
Essentially, he goes to answer a lot of questions, and I haven't gotten to watching that yet. I'll probably get to it at some point, but essentially, it's like she was supposedly on there to clear stuff up, and I'm like,
I'm 110% certain that anything she says is only going to raise more questions than it could possibly answer. Because, like, she is schizo posting. Like, that is the shit she is doing on Twitter. Or like she went from, like, being a psychotic basher of, like, Arms Girl and the Kick Vic lot, to being a psychotic supporter of them and bashing like the Risenbull Rangers and Vic and everybody who's on Vic's side and I stand with Vic, and stuff like that. And playing the fucking cards. She came across to me much like Mundane Matt did. Because
Really?
Mundane Matt started off as this, as kind of, like, his big claim to fame was, God damn it, Tails. His big claim to fame was reporting on shit that happened in Gamergate, and then Anita Sarkeesian took one of his videos down. And then like, at some point, he started grifting about it. And he started, like, it was like he was trying to get into the good graces of the aggro side in the conflict, and there was no real reason why. The big turning point for him was the Allison Rapp situation, and when members of Torrential Downpour found out that Allison Rapp, the PR person for Nintendo Treehouse, was the fact that she was basically a pro-pedophilia and like cheated on her husband and set up. God fucking damn it, Sonic!
Set up God fucking damn it, Sonic.
What did I do?
She
Not
was,
you.
Yeah, she set up do you guys know what a cuck queen is?
No.
Yes.
Okay, so she pimped out her husband to do gay sex stuff on the side while it basically as a way to get off, and she and her husband were both on the same Seattle escort service.
Yeah, that's basic cuck queen behavior right there.
Meanwhile, she was also blocking members of the press. She blocked me for asking for comment about the Fire Emblem Fates situation. And,
wow, that's petty.
Yeah, she blocked a shitload of people over that. And and I, this was back when I, was a full-time journalist and was, writing articles and stuff all the time. And I was reporting on the censorship situation on the Out Loud Culture podcast at the time, and I just wanted to comment, and she blocked me. And then a bunch of people found out about the shady shit she was doing, and she was also a fucking cam girl, by the way. Hey, Allison Rapp posed naked with Nintendo products on her cam show.
Why?
I don't know, but I do remember one particularly interesting image where Allison Rapp was covering up her crotch with a Pikachu-themed 3DS.
What?
It might not have been Pikachu-themed, but she was definitely covering herself up with a Nintendo 3DS in the naked picture. So, yeah. So, Mundane Matt, that was basically the minute he turned on the Gamergate crowd, because we were posting about this stupid shit that Allison Rapp was doing, because she was the public face of Nintendo Treehouse, who fucked up Fire Emblem Fates. And when she got fired, he basically blamed us for that, even though she was the one who was posting the naked pictures online, Oh, like this is not an us situation. Us digging this up is not why she got fired. The fact that she did it is why she got fired. Although, Nintendo found the shit of her working as an escort before we did, I have to say. Hey, like we did not know about the escort stuff until after she was fired. So that's fun, Like, like people on Kotaku in Action and found the pictures of her and her husband and working on this escort service, and she was like, oh, you know, other people in Seattle have side gigs all the time. People working for a company that makes children's entertainment should probably not be posing nude online and not posting about how they want to legalize child pornography, and should probably also not be talking about how they're you know, making their husbands you know, get naked and fuck other dudes, you know? Oh, like just a thought, you know? Just
the
a thought.
shit people do.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's not like there was pressure to fire her or anything. Although the fact that she was a shitty PR person and who blocked a bunch of people, well, who asked her perfectly valid questions, is probably a thing. But yeah, you know. God fucking damn it, Sonic. Stupid fucking Hedgehog. Ah, there we go. Okay.
He just turned 32.
He's already getting senile as Joe Biden.
Yeah. Sonic says,
Sonic says Corn Pop was a bad dude.
Sonic says a lot of things.
I walk away for a few seconds to go grab my dinner, and Shuckle had to have sleep and sleep talk.
The Shuckle sleep combo.
You know, you don't fuckle with Shuckle.
Doesn't need any defense buffs.
Yeah, that Shuckle will fuck you up.
Damn it!
Weird. I'll tell you what.
What happened this time,
these
Alec?
stupid fucking walruses.
I just realized.
I did some looking up, and apparently to unlock the Spin Dash in Frontier, you need to get S rank on all the action challenges. Apparently.
I just realized something. My Guard of War has Shockwave.
Oh, yeah.
Because I forgot that it gained that as a default move.
Motherfucker. How do I get past the ice now?
You gotta believe.
So, yeah, if anyone who's playing Frontier is trying to get the Spin Dash,
Sonic!
best play the game on easy mode just so you can get the S rank easier.
No, here's the best solution. Play the game throughout on easy mode. Then
That's only for getting the good end. That's only for the good ending. I'm talking about the action challenges.
No, if you want the true ending, switch to hard mode on the very last boss.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you literally can do that.
Yeah, I know. I did that too. I'm just like telling you, if you want the Spin Dash, yeah, you gotta do the action challenges and only get S ranks in all of them. So just, set the game on easy mode so, you'll have an easier time getting the ranking. So, it kind of sucks because what I see from the Spin Dash is actually pretty good. I mean, it's not. Almost as good as the adventure one.
And I'm not dead.
Let's see. Can you do it this time?
The answer is maybe.
I guess it's Frontiers is on the brain. How do we feel about the end?
But yeah.
Or I guess the moon.
I am... Yeah, I'm looking forward to, I'm looking forward to seeing how this bitch becomes Shane 2.0 on that podcast, because I guarantee you that's what it's gonna be. Like it.
Oh, we're still talking about that.
And regardless, well, yeah, that was why I went on the mundane Matt tangent. But yeah, regardless of any of this, like, I don't see what relevance this could possibly have to the situation, and like, there's. Anyways, let's talk about how Miguel O'Hara from Into the Spider-Verse is racist.
Nah.
No. The scenario in Spider-Verse is a Mexican versus a Puerto Rican.
Yeah, so the Mexican guy hates the Puerto Rican guy, and apparently he's anti-black, even though, you know, his like two main people in the film are black. One of the people who runs his fucking operation while he's away is black.
These are all memes, by the way. They're not. I'm being serious.
No, I'm referencing Twitter shit.
And Twitter says anything
but,
at this point.
To quote Dave Chappelle, Twitter is not a real place.
Why do people think it is?
Probably because they're crazy.
It's not a court of law.
What else is new?
Twitter is not a court of law. The law firm of Twit and is not a real thing. Okay, now I can jump. What the fuck?
My little sister mixed up Wonder Girl with Supergirl.
How do you do that?
Because my little sister, or even though she loves Supergirl, is not
hard on the.
Is not entirely versed on it.
Did you see the new Daughter of Wonder Woman comic?
No.
Daughter of Wonder Woman comic? Wonder Woman has a daughter?
It's really bad.
What else would I expect?
Oh yeah.
Now, how bad are we talking? Are we talking about?
Basically, she's like, there's this whole shtick where she's like bitching at Damien and Jonathan about how much they suck, and I just couldn't read any fucking more of that shit. You know, I've read enough of this shit that it's getting old, you know?
Ooh, that's right. God damn it. You can see. Have there ever been... What was the last good comic
of which,
series?
there's a Constantine comic or a Constantine adjacent comic with some non-binary hoe who is like they scribble out her name, but they use Xanth as her name, and somebody tries to like use her real name in like a binding ritual, and it doesn't work. And like I'm not sure you guys know what magic is or what the rules are. Or it's like you're trying to make a statement. Congratulations, you've just made yourselves look stupid, and you made people not want to pick up the fucking comic. You know?
Yeah.
People wonder why manga.
I literally said this to Tom Taylor's face in regards to how he tackled
to
John
his face, to his face, or to his
Twitter
account,
or his Twitter is what I mean.
I was gonna.
If I said that to his face,
did you meet
if I said that
at a con or something?
No, I would not go out of my way to meet that idiot at a convention. And no, what I mean is, like, I said this on Twitter to him, and like, no one is going to buy your gay shit.
Please give me
Like,
and guess what?
Nobody
Predictably, he blocked me.
Yeah, because let's be perfectly frank here. This isn't.
My name's Kevin, not Frank.
Well, anyways, so let's be perfectly frank here.
Oh my god!
But your name's Alex, not Frank.
The problem here is the quality of the writing is dog shit. Like, there are plenty of stories with gay characters that people like. Nobody said that people didn't like Torchwood because the characters were gay. Hey, no. People didn't like Torchwood because it was written by a fucking retard and ran by a fucking retard. Chris Chibnall is one of the worst writers in the history of the medium, and yet for some reason, and when he went over to Doctor Who, all of a sudden it's sexist, all of a sudden it's homophobic. Like, no, people just don't like his writing. And like, there have been gay characters for years that have been in comics.
Oh, Cat's here. This is a surprise.
In the comics.
Hi.
And
hello.
They stick around.
So what brings you here, Cat?
Now, people liked Batwoman back in the day. Oh, hi, Cat.
Hi. I've been here for like half an hour, 15 minutes.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I didn't look at the stream.
I do humbly apologize, Cat. We were busy.
No, you're fine. I kind of popped in when you were talking about Chris Chibnall, and as a massive Doctor Who fan, he destroyed Jodie Whittaker's career by that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
There. Yeah, that makes sense.
That hurt, and I love Jodie Whittaker as an actor. So.
Oh yeah,
and
she's a great actress. Okay. A X Destiny Doodles X says, "Hiya guys, it was alright."
That's
I guess.
me.
Oh, that's you. Oh, okay.
That's me.
Oh.
Okay.
That's just my Twitch name.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, I liked Jodie Whittaker in that was Broadchurch, right?
Yeah, she was great in Broadchurch, and she also worked with David Tennant as well, who was also a doctor.
Yes.
She was fantastic in that.
See, I had to think about it for a second because there were two versions of that show. One of them was called Broadchurch, the other was called Grace Point. And until such time as I am able to figure out which is which, I always get the two of them confused. Because both of them had David Tennant in them, and they were both essentially the same story. One of them just lasted longer than the other.
Yeah.
I was kind of disappointed that Grace Point didn't keep going, because it had an interesting little cliffhanger down at the end. But Metal Sonic, you fucking suck.
I could have told you that.
Anyways, so yeah, so it had an interesting little cliffhanger at the end of Grace Point, but I just went ahead and I watched all of Broadchurch, and Broadchurch was better in every way. And it had an actual goddamn ending. But yeah, Chris Chibnall, like I was saying, like Chris Chibnall and Tom Taylor are very similar situations where they've written a lot of bad things in the past, and they've written a lot of bad things with, gay characters in the past, and there have been good gay characters and bad gay characters that have existed completely independently of them. Like, people liked Batwoman, and at one point there was actually a really good Batwoman comic back in the day. Hey, but it just kind of got pushed to the wayside. Now Batwoman's legacy is the shitty CW show.
Sorry.
Ugh. God.
Sorry.
Why do people always have to... It's always, let's make this character woke first, then we make them likable.
Oh, you mean like how they turned Tim Drake a bisexual, all for no other reason other than the woke points. And guess what? That comic line fucking sucked.
I liked it. That's
There
just
are
me
so
though.
many.
No. What I mean is like,
No, like, yeah.
it was kind of one of those. It wasn't. It was one of those.
It's alright, everyone has their opinions. I ain't gonna shit on you for it. So.
And the thing is, it's like.
Well, okay, I don't think anybody can deny, like, changing his superhero name to Drake was a stupid idea.
Oh, that was a very stupid idea.
And that new costume was shit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, sure. I mean, people would totally not find out my secret identity.
Damien ended up going through some form of identity crisis. It's at one point or another in the comics, and it was just like, what are you even doing anymore?
I mean, that's kind of why I don't give too much of shit about Damien.
Here's the thing: Damien is actually a really good character. It's just put him in the hands of an actually competent writer. Like
yeah, I know. I won't deny he had some good stories here and there, but you know,
I have written in so far 4 out of 5 chapters of my attempted adapting the Judas Contract, and I had written a scenario in the scenario own question has him being the one who gets romantically involved with Tara as opposed to Beast Boy since he's already with Raven.
So I have a question, Kat. Have you seen The Flash yet?
No, and I don't plan to.
Smart move.
That's probably a good idea.
Ben keeps raving about it in our chat, and I can't.
I know. Like, I'm working on my review, and it's like he's gonna be so disappointed when my video comes out. And I basically say, hey, you remember that shitty Flash TV show? Oh, from not that long ago, because it just ended. You remember that shitty Flash TV show? You remember that shitty Flashpoint movie? Hey, you remember all that? Yeah, that did everything this did, but better.
Yeah, I mean, I will admit the TV show
what
had
would have been great is if they'd have just taken, just without explanation, just take Ezra Miller and replace, just put Grant Gustin where Ezra Miller was, with no explanation. And it was like complete with the fucking narration, by the way. And it's like, I'm Barry Allen and I am the fastest man alive. And it's like,
no shit. No shit, you're the Flash.
Batman. And what's the situation? And I was like, oh well, Barry, you know, it's glad to see you, looking exactly the way you always have. Nice to see that you're exactly the way you were in Justice League, Barry. You know, it's weird that you're commenting on this, Bruce, but you know, well, I'm just happy to be here. Here, what's the situation? Well, you know, it would be a great idea if you didn't put those babies in a microwave. Oh, I can do that.
And then Flash is like, wait, what?
That was a meme, right?
And by the way, Barry, can you not go to war with Hawaii? Hey, yeah, oh. Funny you should bring that up. I wasn't planning on doing that.
I can't. The only things that Flash is one of my favorite DC characters, but I really liked the CW show. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I will admit the first 3 seasons was great.
Yeah, I liked it, but like there was a lot of stupid.
It was very stupid
around.
But I liked it
around season 5.
But the thing is, though, I can't look at the Justice League film and go, that is a fantastic film, because I can't look at it and go, that is peak fantastic DC Universe shit. That I can't look at it like that. Even Ben Ramsey down my throat going, you need to watch the Snyder Cut, you need to watch the Snyder Cut. I'm like, that's not going to help me at all. I still think the film is very bland, very boring, and I felt like 2 hours of my life was just sucked out of me. And I'm like...
Yeah. Well, that's because it was the Whedon cut. The Whedon cut is an abomination to the art of filmmaking. I can't imagine there are polygon horses in a wide shot that you can see pretty damn close that look like they were taken from the PS1. Like they are running at low frame rates. They have low polygons. It's some of the worst CGI I've seen in my entire life. Like the Whedon cut is it was a mistake. Like no, not even a word of a joke.
Just like making a Justice League movie so damn early.
I couldn't. I really couldn't.
Snyder wanted to actually expand this universe, but WB said no, they want to do catch up with Marvel as quickly as possible.
And then they took 10 years to make a Flash film.
And it's the last film of the whole DCU, because I'm pretty sure at the end of the film, the whole fucking DCU got rewritten, didn't it?
Yep, and Blue Beetle is going to be the first character in James Gunn's fan fiction. I mean, universe.
Actually, Blue Beetle is going to be... Blue Beetle could possibly still connect to the other one, but nobody knows.
I'm actually actually one that I'm looking forward to is Blue Beetle, because I keep seeing the trailers for it. I'm like that.
That'll probably be the last DC live-action movie I go to see for a good while, and no, you can't convince me to go see the Batman. And two... You cannot make me go. You cannot. No amount of gassing up Pattinson as Batman is going to make me go see that sequel.
I've not seen the first Batman yet. Apparently, people either like it or they don't. I'm probably going to sit and watch it, but I'm going to do it in my own time. I'm not in any big rush.
Hey, Kat. By the way, could you remind Jameis that
really big stupid part in it? That could have been solved by Google Translate, but
Kat, could you tell Jameis that since we're doing Kung Fu Panda 2 this coming Saturday, to make sure he gets Kung Fu Panda 1 done by then.
Guys, actually, me and Seamus are actually together this week. So this weekend, so we won't be able to join because me and him will be meeting since March. So
okay,
fair enough.
Sorry.
You have fun.
It's all right.
That's my fault for not getting this shit scheduled out. I'm
the only one who's been trying.
I've been busy.
How late am I? We gotta do, buddy. How late am I?
I guess, Mo.
About an hour.
You're very late. And we've already ended the stream and started a new one.
We're not. No, he's just messing with you.
It's the next week.
No, but really, how late am I?
Anyway,
55 minutes.
I've been trying. I have actually been trying to, schedule a lot of these. That's why I say that's why I have my the streaming schedule listed on my pinned tweet on Twitter, as well as try to communicate that with other people.
Sometimes for me, I'd love to be on streams, but sometimes it just really depends on what my shifts are like at work. I mean, the past 2 weeks I've had the weekends off, but people are moaning at me for that. So when I come back off all day, I'm going straight onto a weekend shift, telling you right now.
Hey, that's fine.
Yeah.
Cat. And besides, I'm usually very, very patient. And even in regards to that, to one question I had asked you, I'm like, she said she'll let me know. So I'll wait.
I know, dude, trust me, I've got so much I need to get done, but at the same time, though, I am so chock-a-block from work. I don't even have time to sleep anymore.
I'm terribly sorry to hear that.
I know, it's currently half one. It's currently half 1 in the morning, and I'm like that.
We had a little routine earlier about how replacing Ezra Miller with Grant Gustin in the Flash.
Who's he again?
Grant Gustin is the Flash in the Arrowverse.
Yeah. And that's talking about how Batman, and it's just like it's nice to see you, Barry. You look exactly the same as you did the last time I saw you. Well, that's weird that you should say that. And is there anything you need? Well, we'd appreciate it if you wouldn't go to war with Hawaii. I wasn't planning on doing that, Bruce. Why do you say that? I don't. Oh, no reason at all.
And then Bruce is like, "Look, all we need you to do is just not microwave this baby." And then Barry's like, "Excuse me."
I'm gonna sit and play this. I think I'm gonna sit and play The Sims for a little bit.
Cool.
I'm gonna see if I can start off my.
Yeah, that's fine.
By the way, I tried streaming on Kick again, and Kick kicked me out.
Kicked you? Like what? They banned you?
No, they refused to connect.
Yeah, so we're not doing that.
Well, not for a while anyway. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure the moment
again later, but you know.
Here's my thing. Every time I have like a problem with any kind of streaming service,
Joseph, where would you get an idea like that?
I just leave it alone for a while until I figure out, the kinks and everything.
Oh yeah. So Sorry. So by the way,
I don't follow.
The PS5 is.
I don't think you need salad foods yet. Then just put them in the blender. I'll have your size. Stop the chili dog, not the baby. Sonic Boom, I swear to God, is a national treasure that should be held up to this day.
Oh my God.
But yeah, so.
Oh no.
So apparently, Final Fantasy 16 is causing the PS5 to overheat.
Yeah.
And I watched all the cutscenes, and the game made me sob like an absolute child. So thank you, Square Enix. You've done it again. You've ruined me emotionally.
If there wasn't another reason not to get a PS5.
Yeah, apparently it works fine on some systems, but on others it causes them to overheat. And
we're not going to talk about how the PS5 is getting less and less games than the Xbox One did in its heyday.
Yeah, and apparently it runs fine on the Series X too. And what's worse, it runs fine on the Series S.
And people are still buying PS5s. Why?
Because it's the new gen console, isn't it?
Because
it's a new gen console to wipe my ass on.
I don't know why I bought a PS5 with no games to buy.
It's the PS3 all over again. It's got no games.
PS3
top
had
10
games.
Top 10 PS3 games are now top 7 PS3 games.
The PS3 had games, though.
PS3 eventually had games.
No, the PS3 had games. Both
No. PS3 eventually had exclusive games. PS3 had games, but not exclusive games. It wasn't until later on they had a ton of exclusive games. PS5, on the other hand, doesn't even have that. It's not. Never mind top 10 turning into top 7. It's turning into top 5.
Hang on. So
there's too many games that are either ports or multi-plat.
Resistance Fall of Man, and that was a launch title.
That
was a good game.
Someone calling me?
Yeah, God.
Probably.
No, but think about it like this.
There's the
Xbox 360 with the Xbox Live Arcade and Xbox Indie titles, as well as the Wii with their exclusives. They had more exclusives than the PS3 ever did when it launched.
Yeah,
when they all launched. I get what you're saying. PS3 does have a lot of games, but that wasn't until later on because PS3 was the butt of the joke because the PS3 has no games. Oh, that's false, Your Honor. He couldn't have played on the PS3 because it has no games. Why would you want to get PS3? It has no games. They eventually got out of that rut and eventually got games. Same thing with the PS4.
Yeah.
PS Vita also has a lot of games despite people ragging on the thing. But here's my thing. The PS5 has been out for a while now, longer than the PS3 has when it first launched, and it still doesn't have that many exclusive PS5 games to call its own. It's like, okay, sure, it's got God of War 2, Spider-Man 2, but those are eventually gone to PC. That's no longer a PS5 exclusive.
I also want to bring up the fact that the Spider-Man 2 game doesn't come out until October this year. So
yeah, and eventually that's going to hit PCs too, since Spider-Man, since the original Spider-Man and the original God of War have made it to PC too. I mean, people can say the same thing with like, oh, but Microsoft does that. They released Fallout 4 on PC. Okay, but they weren't really saying that was exclusive to one or the other. But here's the thing: Microsoft bought those companies, so it's exclusively a Microsoft title, and they're exclusively releasing it on PC and their consoles. So there's only two ways you can play it. Sony, on the other hand, hasn't really been playing nice with PCs for who knows how long, and they're now releasing their games to PC. Not really counting their old catalogs either, because, you know, who the fuck cares, you know, if we're going to be able to play Metal Gear Solid on PC, because literally everyone was able to do that from the start. Emulation.
Kevin, what were you saying?
Okay, so, I think I lost my train of thought, damn it.
Oh, my head.
Well, anyways, Skullgirls is getting censored again.
Oh, for fuck.
Whoopity
Okay,
fucking do that. Killing an already dead game.
It's
Whole appeal of the game was the aesthetic, and now the aesthetic is gone.
What are they censoring now? A titty jiggle?
The hair, the hair pick in the Afro girl's hair.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, that's one of the things they're censoring, apparently.
No, that's actually a lot more. That's a lot more egregious than that lets on, because we're getting so many games that try to look realistic as possible, or have to try a stylistic realistic, if you know what I mean. And every time they have the black woman or the black girl, they always have 1 out of 3 hairstyles. The half shave,
the half-row, or the fucking bullshit.
And you're seeing that they're telling an indie company that they can't have that hair pick in that afro and the black girl's afro.
I think it might be because the girl isn't black, but like,
oh, that's even worse. Then who the fuck are you to tell them?
You gotta fucking shit. My hair is thick enough. I pretty much have to have something like that. And it's not that thick, but it's like it's curly and tangles up, and
it's not as extra thick as Aku likes his women.
Yeah, I gotta go through a bunch of bullshit to keep it from tangling up, but you know,
Cat, you know what I'm talking about in that regard.
What do you mean?
So, are you familiar with the Samurai Jack villain Aku?
Yeah.
So, you remember that episode where he was dialing up a henchman and he wanted it extra thick?
Oh.
God damn it.
Yeah, people have been making memes about that, including that supposedly be how Aku likes his women.
Oh yeah, by the way, did anybody here get Sonic Origins Plus?
No.
No.
Why would I?
Yeah.
I'm probably going.
Sonic, if you do, be careful if you get it on the Switch, because that version does not include the Plus content on the cartridge, rather. So,
of course it doesn't.
Yeah, despite the fact that the cartridge says Sonic Origins Plus, the Plus content is a download code.
That's stupid.
Why would we even bother, man? Like, how hard is it to just get a physical copy of anything?
It's like, it's not even like it's gigabytes worth of content either. Like for the BioShock collection, I kind of understand why they have you download stuff.
Because, I don't.
You know, no, dude, BioShock Infinite is like 30 fucking gigabytes.
Okay, but are the rest of them on any physicals?
Yeah.
Okay, so then what's the problem? Just have them in a bundle. Literally a bundle, dude, like PS2 style.
Like, dude, if they did that, they'd have to sell them all separately. And I get
No, yeah, that's
selling-
good. That's good. You're gonna hike up the price. It's gonna be high price anyway.
Yeah, and honestly, like there are two options if you're gonna have multiple games in a bundle and you're gonna make people download them. Like
I'd rather have them in a bundle. Like
there's the Sonic.
Like Devil May Cry did it.
There's the
God of War did it. Final Fantasy did it.
Okay, so there's the Devil May Cry method on the Switch where you have the Devil May Cry HD collection, and the only one that's on the cartridge is basically the Capcom method, where the only one on the cartridge is Devil May Cry 1, and then Devil May Cry 2 and 3 are download codes.
Oh, I'm not talking about that method. I'm talking.
Capcom did that for the Origins collection, the Resident Evil Origins collection, the Resident Evil Revelations collection, and the Resident Evil 4, 5, and 6 bundle. Oh, and then you have the way 2K does it, and I prefer the way 2K does it, where you insert the card and then you download. There's one game, there's like a game on the cartridge, and then you have to download the rest. So BioShock 1 is the game that's on the cartridge, and you have to download BioShock 2 and Infinite. But you don't have to punch in a code. Like, the code is not single use. If you get a cartridge for BioShock the collection, then you get BioShock 1 on the cartridge and BioShock 2 and Infinite and all their DLC. You just gotta wait for a download for it.
Well, both of those are bullshit because you're still having to download it. When I say bundle, when I say bundle, I'm talking like old school Xbox and PS2 bundles where they give you all three games in separate cases. You don't have to worry about downloads, worry about patches, worry about no codes. You have all three of them there physically. You don't got to worry about none of that internet shit.
Well, yeah. See, I would have preferred, say for instance, if I have to have the Devil May Cry collection, if I have to choose between like having that as a physical thing or I would like to have the
Switch version of Devil May Cry 3 has style switching in it, and the game is clearly not designed for that in mind.
God damn it, Sonic!
Anyway, so
I would prefer to have the option to buy the cartridges, like you said.
Yes.
I don't care how much it costs. I would prefer to buy the cartridges. I will pay extra to have those games on the cartridges, much like I would for a certain God damn it, Tails.
So for a certain goddamn it, Tails. Okay, I mean that's your thing.
For a Metal Gear Solid collection, which apparently only includes Metal Gear Solid 1 and Metal Gear 1 and 2 on the cartridge, but that is yet to be seen.
That still bothers me, man. Like, it's one thing if you're gonna include 2, 3, 4, and some side games, like whatever, man. Like, but with one, that's something you have to have.
Include like 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the same card.
Because I've
go up to 64 gigabytes.
Well, because up to that point, I understand why it's difficult to get the first game a re-release in any way, because Konami is bad, or Kojima is being a butt tool, whatever percent you're on. Those two are always going to be button heads, which I'm like, I accept that at that point where it's probably gonna be for a long while until we get a proper port or remaster. But even then, now that's been announced, it's still gonna be weird that when you get to the part where it's like, oh, you know Meryl? No, I don't know Meryl. Oh, that's Campbell's daughter. How do I contact her? Oh, I forgot. It should be.
Well, on the Switch version, on the physical cartridge, I presume they're gonna have that screenshot on the back for it.
Right, but what I'm most concerned about is the fact that they have a digital version, and for the people who think that physical, that's for old people or some other stupid excuse not to get anything physical for the Switch, they're gonna download it, and then they're gonna be wondering, what game case?
I did. Like, we already had this conversation.
It's still not. It still takes away from the. It still takes away from what made MGS really great, though. It's like all that interaction with the real world, to looking in the back of the case, putting the controller up against your shoulder, all that shit. Like, oh, looking into your game memory card. You played Sunshine. You played Castlevania. You know,
that was gonna be lost on the fucking audience. It's regardless. Like, that was lost on the PC version than 20 years ago.
You see what I mean, though? I mean, like,
the funny thing is that
all that real life interaction with the player, and now that's probably going to be lost in like the Switch, PS5, and Xbox Series X version because
any
Konami's
version of the game is going to lose that. But
especially the digital version.
Like, we already lost that with the PSN version of the game, though.
Yes.
And funnily enough, in Metal Gear Solid 4, there's actually a reference to when Psycho Mantis tries to read your memory thing, but then he's like, wait a second, I can't read it because there's no memory card. And then he once again tries to make your controller vibrate, but because the DualShock 3 doesn't have vibrate on by default.
Well,
no, I mean by default, Gizmo. You can have it on and off.
And you had the obviously also had the 6-axis controller, or when those patent trolling motherfuckers were bitching at people about the force feedback.
Maisie and Meester?
I'd
Sorry, my dad was asking.
I'd rather have pressure-sensitive buttons.
Anyway, so Kat, how do you feel about the quote-unquote daughter of Aku? She is, well...
3 daughters.
No, she's one of...
I didn't want to touch the bottom one, and I touched the top one.
Gizmo, she's actually one of, like, I think 7 daughter.
Damn, he been busy.
No, he didn't actually have sexual relations with the woman who gave birth to them. And he just dropped off. He just dropped off a bit of his essence, and then the leader of the cult literally drank it.
So he fucked himself.
No.
You're not denying? Okay, now you're denying.
No.
So apparently, I'm gonna read off a quote from James Gunn here if I can find it.
No.
Scrolling.
But anyway, I was actually still waiting for Kat's thoughts on Ashi. So,
alright.
Funnily enough, this is a more detailed version of her actual design in the Samurai Jack show, but that's only because Genndy Tartakovsky's character designs are very simplistic. But the thing is like, it feels like he and Bruce Timm share similar tastes in designs in some respects. It's like...
Sorry, go ahead.
It's like you got the guys with huge pecs to the point and where they almost look like rectangles, and like everything, and then they just look like a triangle all going downwards. The ladies, meanwhile, have a very defined hourglass figure.
Why wouldn't they?
It's the Full Metal Alchemist style.
I'm fairly certain Arakawa has more detail on both genders.
No, I'm kidding. Tails! You fucking suck, Tails! Anyway, so James Gunn said, quote unquote, people have gotten really lazy with their superhero stories. DC Studios co-CEO James Gunn said, they aren't thinking about why is this story special? What makes this story stand apart from other stories? As says the man who made The Suicide Squad and Guardians of the Galaxy Volumes 2 and 3. Which are three very paint-by-the-numbers films. They, in fact, that's pretty much all they did was paint by the numbers in those movies.
I don't know about that.
Well, I just got
Suicide Squad was entirely made up of criminals with no remorse, while Guardians of the Galaxy are made up of people who are only criminals by name.
That's not what I meant.
Now let Alex explain, Gizmo.
I'm not talking about the superficial aspects like the characters. I'm talking about the stuff that goes through. Because like yes, the Guardians of the Galaxy and the Suicide Squad are different types of, they're different people. They're different types of characters. The thing is, it's not just the characters. The thing about the problem that James Gunn has with his superhero films is that they follow pretty much the same formula he laid out in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. And it's part of the reason why I'm not looking forward to his Superman film. It's because the way they go is they have this, the characters are here, they do this thing, but they're like, there's crude humor, there's like jokes punctuating all kinds of, every fucking thing, undercutting the drama, well, and it's a, I'm not articulating myself well because I haven't had time to think about this, and I haven't thought about this directly in a while. But like Guardians of the Galaxy is the film that has laid out the formula for every superhero film for the last, since it came out, basically. Like they've tried to capture that magic with everything that's come out except for Batman v Superman and Injustice League and Wonder Woman, and those are the only handful of films that haven't tried to chase the James Gunn laugh a minute thing. And while there are unique elements to every film that feature that James Gunn has done, and the Suicide Squad isn't exactly the same as
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad isn't exactly the same as the Guardians of the Galaxy aren't exactly the same as the other shit that he's done. And the thing is that there's a distinct through line. Tails, you disappoint me, Tails.
Doesn't he disappoint you every day, Alex?
He has like the big dumb guy with limited vocabulary. He has these he has the characters undercutting their own lines and their own dramatics, He has this shit.
Wouldn't that argue that the limited vocabulary, wouldn't people argue that makes the characters a little more realistic? Because not every
Groot and King Shark.
And that's different.
And granted, King Shark is not as much of a Groot knockoff in the Suicide Squad as he is in the DCAMU.
Yeah, in Justice League Dark Apocalypse War, he literally just says King Shark is a shark over and over and over again ad nauseum. It gets really annoying.
I know he didn't do that before.
And like the thing is, the relationship between Peacemaker and Bloodshot is quite similar to the relationship between Thor and Star-Lord, and it's also similar to the relationship between Star-Lord and Drax, and it just so happens that the leader of the team has a rivalry / weird relationship with a WWE wrestler.
It's kind of stretching it because considering considering that they're not really on the same side near the end of the movie.
That I'm talking about in the beginning of the film, but yeah.
Yeah, but throughout the film, he's slowly growing more and more apart from the team for obvious reasons, because that's part of the character. He literally will do anything for America, even if it does kill bebes. So
what about Bebe's kids?
I would love it if he did that.
As what? The dad? Who's he gonna play as?
No, killed Bebe's kids.
Oh, okay then. It's not much of a friendly rivalry as it is a fuck. It's more of like a Gundam kind of rivalry.
And the constant use of the constant use of the fucking licensed music, like the usage of the licensed soundtrack has only gotten worse, and even in James Gunn's own films, like we went from Guardians of the Galaxy using the licensed tracks so much, and using the licensed tracks well, and then we went into Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and then, okay, it's alright. There's some good usage in there. Mr. Blue Sky is used well. The usage of Fleetwood Mac during the climax is a mistake, because it's like the Guardians have... Yeah, the Guardians have their own soundtrack. Like, they have their own theme song. And it wasn't... they should have used the Quill theme in that rather than the Fleetwood Mac song. But, Rumors was... Well, Rumors is the album. But, Breaking the Chain, and, that was the song. And, quite frankly, the usage of that was somewhat irritating, because the first time it appears in the film, it's heavy-handed as shit as a metaphor, and when it appears later, it's like, okay, we're reprising this instead of a bespoke soundtrack. And then you have the Suicide Squad, and none of the licensed music in that was any good. And then you have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
I'm so glad that someone else agrees with me with the music with Suicide Squad. As much as I like the film, I need to put into perspective, I was 16 when the film came out, and I loved Harley Quinn to death, but like every other teenage girl. The music in it was shite. The only thing I liked was the trailer with the Ballroom Blitz music in it. That was it.
Yeah, that was a good usage of music in the trailer, but I didn't like the way they used the rest of it. I kind of felt like it was the same kind of problem that they had with Studio Squad, where it was basically what can we get a hold of, what kind of fits, and then Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 comes out, and I've never heard James Gunn use a soundtrack worse, aside from the fact that they lost the original composer for Guardians 1 and 2, so we don't have the theme except barely. Well, yeah, the guy who composed Guardians 1 and 2, who didn't compose the, Guardians 3.
You made it sound like they lost him in a grocery store. You mean he's dead, or...
Tyler Bates didn't die.
Lost as in Tyler Bates was not involved with the making of the film. Like how Danny Elfman wasn't involved in the making of Spider-Man 3. Although I do have to say, I like the Spider-Man 3 score we got as it is. There's nothing...
Yeah, that score was actually really good.
Dun, 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 dun.
It gave us Bully Maguire.
Yes, the best internet meme. Kat, how did you feel about Bully Maguire?
What?
Sorry, do you like Bully Maguire?
Tobey Maguire?
No, Bully Maguire, as in and he's in the when he has the black suit underneath, and he's just parading around.
He intentionally moved his hair over his eyes. And when I say intentionally, I mean they actually showed him looking in the mirror and moving his hair over his eyes as if that's supposed to mean something. I'll get you your rent when you fix this damn door.
Yeah. Oh, I pitched something to Ben, and let's go back to the Flash briefly. But I pitched something to Ben, and where I said, and it would have been really nice if they took some points from No Way Home and used the Grant Gustin and whoever the fuck played Barry's dad, who was the original Flash in TV. That would have been nice. Just have the 3 Flashes going on adventure. Apparently by the way, the co-founder of the guys who made the Titanic sub that imploded, apparently he started shit talking James Cameron on Twitter after James Cameron and said, yeah, there's no way, that sub had problems from the get-go. And it was like, okay, hey, who's the guy who holds the record for most successful deep sea dives, and who's the guy whose sub just imploded? I'm gonna take James Cameron's word for this. The man and literally wrote the book, made the movie, and the documentary on deep sea exploration.
Yeah, he knows what he's talking about.
Even though he has a massive ego, he definitely has,
He may have a massive ego, but when it comes to something like this, it's well deserved.
he
And
knows
it kind of makes sense to have
what
one.
he's talking about.
Yeah, he knows what he's talking about. So that massive ego makes sense.
The strange thing is that I'm like, if it weren't for some of the dumb things he's said on social media recently, I would have pictured him as real life Ace Ventura.
The hell?
See,
As in, like, he's a
wacko.
That's not wrong.
Yeah, he's a wacko. He's a wacko, but he's also really smart. By the which, by the way, Gizmo, I have seen both Ace Ventura movies, and I have to say, for some reason, I actually prefer When Nature Calls to Pet Detective.
I love how you don't even acknowledge the one where his kid becomes a pet detective.
Why would I acknowledge that one?
Exactly.
That was a really bad TV movie.
The fact that it was even a movie.
Ace Ventura Jr. Pet Detective. Yeah.
The fact that was even a thought in their minds.
Ace, apparently, in the show, Ace disappeared into the Bermuda Triangle.
That's stupid.
The cartoon, or
in Ace Ventura Jr.
What the fuck?
That is utterly stupid.
No, hold on. Actually makes sense. He's crazy like that, so he probably went to look for the Loch Ness Monster or some shit.
Yeah, but I'd like to see like that adventure,
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
I don't want to see his stupid fucking kid.
They should really, if they do manage to make an Ace Ventura 3, I want them to bring up that movie and be like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't have a kid.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Shut the fuck up.
Wait, what about your kid? He's got the same hand as like, it's cute you think you know me.
No.
Yes.
Okay, so
Just left and came back in.
Okay, so Gizmo.
Apparently everybody left us. So
you've seen both Ace Ventura movies, right?
I've seen enough. What the fuck?
Cat's gone. Oh well.
No.
Joseph had to leave because his phone's almost dead, and he'll be right back.
Oh no, he posted up the the stuff about Skullgirls. Actually,
Yeah, he did.
I didn't know.
Then he had to go because his phone was almost dead. Yeah, he said so in the broadcast chat.
We brought it up. You guys brought it up, but did you read this?
Yes. Yes, we did.
I haven't read the whole thing.
Anyway, so
allusion of real-world hate groups, character sexualization and agency, racial sensitivity.
Yeah, it's a bunch of bullshit.
I'm sorry.
That's kind of why we paraphrased it.
Do they own the game, or do they own the game? That's exactly my thoughts.
No! How the fuck am I supposed to get through here?
Can't have an armband on those guys. It looks too much like the Nazis. Oh, okay, cool. So you know they're bad guys.
Well, it's like those fucking retards who were giving Roger Waters shit about about him performing the wall, you know? Like
here's what I don't get. It's like, if you're gonna compare them to real life bad guys, like
go watch the wall.
Like Nazis, the Viet Cong, but I guess you could say they're not really bad guys. They were just some guys that were stuck in a sticky situation. But that's another conversation entirely. Fucking I don't know. Nazis. What else is there? The British from back in the day.
Nazis, the Soviets, the fucking Imperial Japanese,
the Taliban.
The fucking Taliban, yeah.
Why is it so bad that they resemble real life bad guys? Oh, it's racial sensitivity, bro. Not even the races that these bad guys were born in, like these guys. Who the fuck cares? You know what happens when you call someone a Nazi in Germany? They go ape shit on you.
Yep.
That's how much they hate Nazis. So I think it would be nice to, have them see Nazis still seen as the bad guys. What you we expected to make them look like good guys now?
It's like that feel when even the Germans hate the people that made them, have the unfortunate reputation they do now.
Yeah.
Anybody would have that kind of mindset. Imagine if the U.S. did something just as heinous.
Oh
we would have the same mindset. Like, hey, you can't do that shit. You can't do that shit. We made up for our sins. You can't do that shit because that's what we did so many years ago when we were the bad guys. The Germans do the same thing. You can't call people that shit. All right. We got that they came from here, but we don't go for that shit anymore. Don't do that.
Exactly.
It's like, who cares? Oh, you get the armband. It looks like a Nazi. Oh, cool. So they're the bad guys. Fuck yourself. Oh, you can't have the hair pick in the girl's afro for racial sensitivity. Okay, so what do you expect there to be then? A fishbone? You bitch? You wet fucking ocean-smelling salty bitch?
Oh, by the way, Gizmo. Oh, speaking of weird racism, so people got on this one artist on Twitter who drew like
Miles Morales.
Miles Morales.
Is it the one where they have the gun there and he's got the I was in the middle of that. Yeah, fuck them. Whoever thought that was racist, you can go fuck himself.
This real quick? The irony is that when they made his skin look darker in the edits, it made him look more white.
Yeah, exactly. An artist that I found on this subject actually pointed this out. But people got on his as saying like, "Oh, we know what we look like."
You know what we look like? Well, we don't know what you look like, man. You're on the internet. Who the fuck are you? For all we know, you're just some albino Asian from Australia. Shut up.
You could be blue.
You could be orange.
I just decided to delete. I just decided to delete some of those tweets.
Trump.
I just decided to delete some of those tweets because I didn't want my notifications to be flooded with these idiots. I'm already flooded with idiots. I look back on those kind of tweets just to be like, ha ha ha. They have no self-reflection whatsoever.
No, they do not. And I just didn't feel
They had
like
no sense of irony.
I just didn't feel like
Oh,
having
dear God.
being. I just didn't want to be bothered with it
I leave them around
it
just
all
so I can
day.
keep receipts.
Oh God,
I leave them around for receipts.
I just saw a leak from the new Power Rangers season.
Oh fuck!
Apparently,
So-
Lord Zed's gonna be in it again.
Why?
Why?
Oh, Lord Zed was
over?
supposed to have turned good years ago, and now they've been recycling him. He has
I
this new
get-
helmet, and the helmet looks like garbage.
I get that Zed is one of the most feared and most badass and
Lord
fan
Zed-
favorite
Lord
villains,
Zed is
but
one of the most
fuck, man.
iconic Power Rangers villains of all time. Let's
He,
be real
he
here.
is right next to Ivan Ooze.
Yeah, right next to Ivan, who's right next to Rita Repulsa. Everybody knows Lord Zed at the second they see him. But the problem is, Lord Zed, his
I mean,
time
how can
came and
you?
went.
I mean, how can you not when the tip of his staff literally has the letter Z on it?
The Z. You know you're a badass if you decide to just carry around the insignia of your first name.
The worst part is like I ended up deciding to watch the season 2 episode where Tommy gives Goldar the business, and then I'm just like, oh wow, Zed is only slightly less lamer than Rita. By slightly less, I mean as in he actually looks the part of the villain, not just, acts like a bumbling Nimrod.
I like Goldar, but yeah, he has his more goofy
How
moments.
does he get jobbed out to a ranger without his powers when in season 1 you saw how he was taken on Jason and in the other ranger, or as easily
It's called the Wharf Effect.
Oh, now that we bring up Power Rangers, can we bring up the fact that they're only only have been relying on the old Mighty Morphin to bring back old villains when they could bring back villains from other shows?
Yeah.
In some way or another.
Well, I also want to bring up the fact that Cosmic Fury is allegedly coming out soon, and we have not seen hide nor hair of the fucking action figures, and those suits look like shit.
I am not a fan of those designs.
No, the suits look awful.
I feel like they were halfway into making actual knight armor, but they were like, nah, just leave the helmet.
And some other things that I'm excited about. Out 2 more weeks and we'll finally have more Bleach.
Oh, so Ichigo can see the Soul Society again.
Yeah, Ichigo's still gonna go through some training at the Royal Palace before he returns back to the Soul Society. Meanwhile, Soul Society's preparing for the second invasion of the Quincy's.
Oh, so Quincy's are the bad guys again.
They haven't been the bad guys until this arc. Because the only Quincy we knew of was Uryu.
Yeah. They're the bad guys again.
And Uryu has not been an antagonist ever since the Substitute Soul Reaper arc.
That still means that they're the bad guys again.
If you insist.
Uryu was a bad guy. That means the Quincy's were the bad guy.
Well, here's the thing. He wasn't really a bad guy. He was more of an antagonist.
An antagonist, a villain, an anti-hero.
As in he just had the role of antagonist as for a brief moment.
Semantics.
It's something. It's kind of the same logic that could be applied to Byakuya, who had the role of antagonist, but he wasn't really, a villain.
Nope.
Uryu, who had the same. Uryu pretty much ends up in that same line. And he wasn't really a villain. He just, happened to have that role. Oh, just because he was acting antagonistic towards Ichigo. Oh, but then they eventually, made up and whatnot.
Oh, speaking of characters, I really mean it when I say, and I really do mean it. If you have any ideas for the
Gizmo, I have shared quite a few. idea
For the what?
was on your waifu war or images.
I really meant it when I said just keep giving me ideas because I want to get everyone out of the way before I'm like, oh fuck, I forgot, or like, oh shit, we could have added all those. Because I really don't like having the idea of just going through the internet looking for more and more and more until there's either.
I've been trying. That's why I have that DM group between you, me, and Seamus.
I'm asking the entire group though. Like me and Seamus, we're just deciding. We literally what we decide is what we do is we talk over the list of what I picked up, and then we get into a conversation of why this or this girl does or doesn't fit.
I have to imagine how some people would feel about some of the ideas I've presented. There's this Quincy chick named Bambietta, whom Zero also said was, worth it. What's actually going to be seen in the anime, which is something that nobody was expecting to be in the anime, it was when she needs to relieve stress, she gets one of the Quincy guys out, and well, let's just say that kind of after she orgasms, she kills the person.
So death
by snooze now.
Literally.
Yes. As Bambietta literally does death by snoo snoo.
Oh. Another
Look
one.
at the manga images I posted.
Oh shit, another anime just came to mind. Valkyrie Drive. I'm gonna look that up.
Valkyrie Drive, yes.
How did that fucking go past my mind? Let's see here.
Yeah, there was a lot of. I have to wonder if we're really just gonna only include a few waifus from Fire Emblem.
Oh yeah, there was a Glastonbury music festival recently. Yeah, I forgot to bring that up earlier. Sorry, Kevin. And yeah. Apparently there was a bunch of cool shit going on there, but the BBC fucked up the mix, and you couldn't hear Axl Rose's microphone throughout half of the first song.
Someone's big black cock ruined the music.
Yeah, somebody fucked the mixing desk with the BBC. Yeah, so Rick Astley performed some AC/DC at Glastonbury. I think that's pretty fucking cool. Highway to Hell.
Never gonna give you. Highway to Hell.
Why does that sound like Elvis?
I don't know. Her name is Memory. I forgot about that. Well, I forgot that in Valkyrie Drive Mermaid, one of the main girls is called Mamori Tokonome. Her name is Mamori.
Is it Mamori or Mamori?
Mamori, but if you look at it without knowing the context, you would think it was pronounced Mamori.
Okay, Gizmo.
Honestly,
I posted the
on purpose.
Go into waifu images, and I shared a link, or a link to the message I shared of the manga images of that particular Quincy.
Alright, let's see. I'm not saying jack shit. I'm not looking. Oh, okay,
just click on the link.
Oh, her. Okay. Okay. Uh-huh.
She literally gets a guy to relieve her stress, and then she just kills him. And scroll down below to see some of the messages I've got, and then people were like, and Zero's like, it's worth it. And I'm like, are you sure about that? Because if I'm providing that kind of special relief, I would like to stay alive.
Listen, I'd do anything for love.
But I wouldn't do that, or even that. Jesus Christ, even that.
She's still one of the better looking ladies among the Stern Ritters. She and the lady with the thunderbolts.
Oh yeah?
Yes. And I also posted 3 images of at least some decent waifus from Samurai Jack, including Ikra, Ashi, and an ensemble image of the Scotsman and his various daughters. And yes, unlike with the daughters of Aku, who the Scotsman and his wife got real busy.
Well, duh.
It's like at first when you hear one of the girls go, "Dad," I'm like, "Aw, that's adorable." But then the rest of them go, "Dad," and then you're like, "What?" And the Scotsman literally offered Jack any of his girls. I'm like,
I don't think I'd be able to put the Scotsman's daughters in the list.
it's been over 50 years. 50 years between seasons 4 and 5. They're full grown.
Nah, that's not what I'm saying. They literally appear twice. That's what I'm saying. They just appear twice, and that's
the
it.
Difference. Put Merida on the list.
We literally know nothing
Which
about them
one?
except for the Scotsman's daughters, though. That's what I'm saying.
They're strong, badass, and they're the Scotsman's daughters.
I rest my case. Now, if it was the other,
let's split the difference. Just put Merida on there.
Which one is Merida?
Merida. You know
Which one?
Brave.
Oh yeah, we talked about that actually.
And by the way, Gizmo,
yeah.
Since Alex probably hasn't seen the episode with Ikra, do not say a word about it until we get to her, because I want to gauge his reaction to something.
She turns into a robot. I don't fucking know.
It's not that.
Well, then you're the one spoiling it. Then if you're saying that doesn't happen.
Oh yeah, she turns into a robot. That's amazing. That's great.
She doesn't turn into a robot.
Well, you're spoiling it even more if you're denying that.
No, she really doesn't turn into a robot.
Right, but you're acknowledging that doesn't happen, so you're saying that something else does happen.
Yes, something else does happen, but I'm not
saying
saying
you're spoiling it.
I just want you to expect the unexpected. That's all.
If I say that half of these characters die in Mortal Kombat, and you say no, they don't die, I was like, oh, so someone does die. Someone does die then. All right then, so we know that. It's like no, you don't. Oh, but they are gonna die then. Yes. Well, you know, you're the one spoiling it if you're gonna deny that these characters aren't the ones that are gonna die.
Look, I'm not going to give away what it is. I'm just going to say that just be prepared for the unexpected. Be prepared for the coup of the century, and be prepared for the murkiest scam.
Don't tell me what to do.
Meticulous planning, today. Gates of denial is simply vile. The king undisputed, respected, saluted, and sing for the wonder I am.
Oh yeah?
It's still weird how in the remake of The Lion King, we don't actually get any form of establishment to what Scar's relationship is. No, what Scar's relationship is with the hyenas until he shows up and they're like, and it turns out they've never met before. Or prior to this, and I'm just like, bullshit. That's stupid. That's really stupid.
I want to know what Favreau was smoking when he decided that was a great idea.
I'm dead serious about that, Gizmo.
What?
Oh, the scene where Scar pitches the idea of killing Mufasa and having him be king is literally the first time he and the hyenas meet in the remake.
Okay.
Do you know how many plot holes that could induce?
Many, but the thing is, I don't care about the remake because it's the fucking remake.
Well, the thing is like why it worked in the original was because Scar had a pre-existing relationship with the hyenas. As where they're like, oh, they're working for him because he promised them lots of food.
Yeah.
Okay.
And in the remake, it's like, oh, why should any of these hyenas listen to what Scar has to say? Hey, when they don't owe him, and nor did he really do anything for them.
Okay.
So it's like Scar's just coming in and practically banking on this half-baked plan of his is to work, and it's like, this is the dumbest thing I have ever heard in my life.
And despite the fact that Chiwetel Ejiofor is a great singer,
he doesn't actually sing Be Prepared. He just, sings it.
Says it, yeah, basically. Like, I can't believe I'm saying this. Go watch Kinky Boots. He sings in that, and he sounds fucking great. I mean, he's a West End actor. Of course he can fucking sing.
Chiwetel Ejiofor is a talented actor and singer, but it's like, they didn't
Sonic wins by doing absolutely nothing!
I gotta see this.
I was right next to the end, too! Fuck you, Gabe! Oh, fuck you very, very much.
And as much as I would love to relive the glory days of my Pokemon Fire Red Nuzlocke by having Primeape as one of my primary team members, I just decide, nah, it's better if I just,
Also,
stick with
I got
Ursaring.
Oh my god, my balls. Also, I gotta say something. You're aware of the rules, right? When it comes to the waifu tier list, they gotta be 16 or older. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
They gotta be well known. They can't be too niche. They can't be too minor. That kind of thing. Yada yada yada.
Yeah, I know.
There's a thing about that age thing that got us both. That gets us both in a bit of an argument. Sometimes it's the 16 thing.
Yeah.
There's two characters that literally and figuratively just turned 16. That would be, what was her name? Briar Rose in Sleeping Beauty, and Haruka, I think her name is, in Rival Schools.
Huh. Interesting.
So, but the thing about that is, yeah, they're 16, they're of age, and according to the rules. But what got us both to get into arguments a lot is that the fact that they just turned 16.
Okay then. Cares?
Well, I say this because there's probably going to be a lot of... actually, no, there aren't, actually. I was going to say there's going to be a lot of characters. But there might be some characters that just turn of age that are probably going to be looked at iffly by Seamus. I guess because he thinks it's one of those situations...
If he's not enough of a degenerate, that's his business.
No, it's because when it comes to the waifu tier list, we got almost all of the rival schools' characters in there, except for one because...
So if they're past the line, put them in. If they're not past the line, don't, I guess.
Past the line?
The line. Like you said, you have the rules, so if they're past the line in the rules,
Right, but me and Seamus always get into arguments about this because I honestly don't know why he's really iffy about this. These are just fictional characters after all, but I guess what he's trying to say is it's practically the same thing as someone waiting for a certain celebrities to turn legal. I guess it's like sort of like that. I guess it's like that robot chicken sketch. It's like, hey, the Olsen twins are 18. That means they're legal now, dude. You're like 45.
Well, another thing.
That's what I'm guessing.
Holy shit, where did the sandworms come from? Is this Dune all of a sudden? Let the spice flow, Sonic!
I'm not saying I don't understand where he's coming from, but at the same time, I really do try and talk to him about these kind of things. Just to make the tier list a little more fair, because let's say we get all these Resident Evil girls together, and one of the girls just turned 16. It's like, well, we can't leave her out, but she's the main character. She's been in 5 games. She had her own movies. Well, she just turned 16. It says in the bio. It was like, yeah, but she's still 16. It's like,
honestly, don't. Oh my fucking god! I just found out. Holy shit! I just found out that the Grand is showing The Room tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Oh god.
So if I can, I'll talk to Seamus about what you said. But if there's no dice, then there's nothing really I can do about that.
Hey, that's fine.
I mean, we're getting a lot of good girls on this list in the first place, but it's just, excuse me, it's just kind of odd. You got all the main characters, but you're leaving out this one because she just happened to turn legal. That's where I'm coming from.
Okay, so.
Oh, hello.
And I am back.
Are you though?
Hey, Joseph.
Hey.
Okay, I just entered a contest to win 2 tickets to see The Room in theaters.
Good luck, man.
You just bought them.
Okay, so I was posting up some waifu who's in the discussion and debate chat from Fire Emblem, starting with Shadow Dragon, and I was just kind of going through them as they appear on a list. And so, give me a second, Gizmo. Let me link you to the message in question, and so that way you can kind of get an idea of how many waifus there are in Fire Emblem.
I know there's a lot of waifus in Fire Emblem.
It's like the moment that series became mainstream, people were actually looking deep into this series, and they're like, "Oh wow, there are a lot." And that some people are even saying like some of these characters don't even get the recognition they kind of deserve. Like, first off, there's Sita. Then we have Priest Chick. Then there's Minerva. And we have a dancer lady. And funnily enough, I wish I could find some better artwork for some of these characters, but unfortunately, because sometimes they don't really get a better artwork in these games, it's like I gotta work with some of the weak as like OG Fire Emblem 1 Honor 3 artwork.
God damn it, I hope that this is not the way you're supposed to go. Because if it is, this is bullshit.
Need me to look it up?
Yeah, of course we ended up getting interrupted. Or because I was going to continue on Gizmo. Even going through Fire Emblem chicks from Fire Emblem Gaiden or Shadows of Valentia. But we ultimately just ended up moving on to another discussion. Jesus, tap dancing Christ, Metacham, you are ridiculous.
I can feel your rage, Alex.
Yeah.
Oh, I finally rounded up the League of Legends girls.
Oh,
Cool.
neat.
There's a. I'm gonna let you know right now. The only reason why it may look big is because I added in their titles too.
Ah, okay.
So like, it's not gonna be just Bob. It's gonna be the Legend Killer, the Legend Killer himself, Bob. It's not gonna be like David. It's gonna be the Volcano Eruptor David. That's why it might look a little bigger than you might.
What about
So for examples, examples. I'm only gonna give you these few. I put in Ari, Akali, Ash or Aish because there's an E. I don't know. Belveth, Caitlyn, Camille, and Cassiopeia. I haven't even gone to Food Wars yet. Wow. It's not going to be a while until we hit the League of Legends either, I don't think. Oh, yeah, I also put Kimberly and Princess Daphne from Dragon's Lair and Space Ace in case you didn't have them in there.
Yes.
I'll save you, Kimmy.
Wow.
Whoa, far out.
dude?
Actually, he doesn't say that. Kind of odd he doesn't.
I remember that. Does anyone remember that there was like an idea for either a movie or a TV show with Ryan Reynolds?
Which one? What kind of movie? Oh, Dragon's Lair?
Yeah.
You know,
Yes,
I don't
remember that.
I don't see that being a bad thing, honestly.
And now I'm not saying it'd be a bad thing. I'm just saying it's been a long time.
No, but that's what I'm saying, though. That doesn't sound like a bad idea. A Dragon's Lair movie. I know there was talks of
Yeah,
one.
they've definitely been working.
Make Dragon's
on that.
Lair a
It's
movie,
just, you know.
or else Don Bluth will give you the death stare.
He's still working on cartoons, isn't he? I mean, like, damn, for a guy his age, he's really resilient.
I loved how Don Bluth guest starred in the Nostalgia Critics commercials review before he ends up forcing Doug to review Dragon's Lair.
You know, funny thing, I think that's one of the only ways nowadays we'll be able to get some behind the scenes stuff that hasn't been said on DVD or Blu-ray.
A sec, gentlemen, I'll be right back.
There we go.
Like think about it like this: we know that what was it? Ben Affleck and James Cameron got into an argument about why you're sending oil drillers to blow up a meteorite.
Cameron, that wasn't a James Cameron film. That was
not James Cameron. What was his name? Michael Bay. Yeah, he kept telling him to shut the fuck up. He kept telling Ben Affleck to shut the fuck up. Like, those are his words. He literally said, "Hey, shut the fuck up." We wouldn't know that if it wasn't for the commentary of the movie. Now, I feel like stuff like The Little Mermaid's design, Ariel being inspired by anime and them saying, "Hey, you know what? We could do something like that." I feel like something like that nowadays would only be known through stuff like what the Nostalgia Critics doing, bringing guest stars from
Disney. Disney does not want what their inspirations are getting out, because they're too fucking derivative these days.
They're pussies. They're either pussies or they're up your ass about everything. It's like, oh no, we can't have that in a kids movie. That's too violent. But meanwhile, when someone paints a bunch of Disney characters in a kindergarten, you think we gave you permission to do that? No, we didn't. Here's a cease and desist. Here's a bill, and oh, if you don't if you don't wash all that off, we're gonna have to get you arrested.
Yeah.
They'll even go up your ass about a movie showing. It's like,
Okay, good.
You can't see Aladdin after school in the gymnasium. Oh, you bought a copy? That's cute. That's cute. You think you own our movies. You don't. Bastards.
You know, I will say, and I have seen other people on Twitter talk about this, and I'll fucking join this. You know, I'll die on this hill. Since Disney wants to make live action movies of everything, they're even talking about a live action Bambi.
No.
Please no.
Yeah.
That's a bad idea.
They're not only that, but they're also considering a live action musical Bambi.
Why?
I don't fucking know, but I'll tell you one thing. Since they're all about making remakes of classics, I triple dog dare Disney to make a live action Tarzan.
They will not.
If they're so if they're so obsessed with making live actions of every classic, they need to do one of Tarzan.
They're not going to do that. They can't.
Well,
they literally cannot. Otherwise, they'd be called racist.
Then that proves that A, all these modern remakes are shit, and B, they're fucking retards.
I mean, we already knew that.
I'm back.
Welcome back. But no, I'm part of the team that I dare Disney to make a live action Tarzan. I mean, the challenge has been laid. The gauntlet has been set down.
Oh shit! I thought that was a obstacle thing. You know, Tails, we could collect even more rings if you would stop following me around and think for yourself occasionally.
Tails doesn't do that, Alex. You should know that by now.
I know.
Is it safe to say that a good part of the internet has ruined the character of Tails?
I try not to interact with that part of the internet.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if it's Rouge, fine. Blaze, okay, you know. But why Tails?
Why indeed?
Like, I'm happy with Rouge. You know, give me all of the Rouge.
Yeah.
But just don't do Tails like that.
Unless, of course, he's doing Rouge.
Who?
Why?
What about Rouge?
I mean, I have seen stuff of that. But then again, I'm only going to say this for the reaction, but Alex, what if it's Rouge doing Tails?
That's even worse.
I mean, it, you know, him. Yeah.
327. And we got another emerald. Ooh, and it's cherry this time.
Woo! Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
That's what we're looking
No,
for.
baby.
Okay, I'm
Goddamn.
So, Sonic, as a brand, is no stranger to consumables. If this has never happened before, they need to make like these tins where it's almost like a candy, a hard candy in the shape of the Chaos Emerald.
I believe they've done something like that, but I don't remember how long ago it was. Speaking of stuff like that, though, you said you got some G Fuel recently?
Yes,
You weren't particularly satisfied with it, right?
With water, the flavor is a bit weak, but with milk,
Hype sauce, right? Was that the one?
yeah, that's the one of the cans I got. Yeah, I don't know if it's the flavor, or if it's just the can, the batch that was from.
Yeah.
Because I remember I had like this cube of Dr. Pepper, and one of the cans had no taste. Not
Yeah,
even like carbonation or syrup.
I've had stuff like that where like for some reason just one of the some cans just don't have any flavor at all.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that was just really the can. Thankfully, I got 2 hype sauce cans. But right now, the one that I have in the fridge for tomorrow morning is Power Pellet.
Now I got some radioactive lemonade G Fuel recently, and from the Spider-Man, No Way Home.
Yeah.
And it doesn't taste like lemonade to me.
What does it taste like? Limeade?
No!
Okay, then.
Oof. But
It doesn't taste like lemonade. It tastes like something else. I'm not sure what it tastes like, but the thing is, like, it might have just been because I got kind of late on it, but
yeah, when I went to GNC, they literally only had 2 cans left.
Huh.
Yet that morning, someone took pretty much all their entire stock.
Oh, yeah, we don't live in the same place, but that guy would have been me if we did.
If it was you, I
routinely buy like an entire case of Bang or G Fuel or 3D or whatever at a time. I'm just that I
3D.
3D.
Yeah, 3D. You're coming down? Dun 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 dun.
What?
No one's gonna get the tables. But yeah,
I actually had C4. That's actually a pretty good energy drink.
C4 is good. C4 though is a pre-workout
ass.
energy drink.
Yeah, but it gives you a kick in the ass, man. Oof, it's potent.
I'm not gonna drink that with my lunch.
No, I get you, man. I feel like, well, to me,
but I do have a
drinks
cop friend who used to drink 3 cans of C4 a day, and that was during Mardi Gras season.
Did he die? I mean, the fuck? 3 cans?
Yeah, they had him working like 12-hour shifts and some shit, and it's like,
yeah, that's the normal for cops.
And it was like every day, and because they had a shortage of police, and he was drinking 3 cans of that stuff a day to keep himself going, and I asked him how the hell he did it, and he said he was just that fucking tired.
You can post all the waifu images from Fire Emblem you want, man. I'm not going to know who's who without there being any names to reference them.
I can name them off.
Yeah, you can name them off, but I can't. I don't have to
Yeah,
write
but
it.
here's the thing. I can help with naming them. Would you like me to tell you each of their names?
All right, give me a minute. Let me just make a new section on my waifu list.
Sorry,
and
Tails.
again, these are from Fire Emblem. These are the canon waifus from Fire Emblem Echoes: Shadows of Valentia, which is a remake of the second Fire Emblem game, Gaiden. Bless you.
Thank you.
You know what? I'll just type out each of them from top up to bottom.
Alright, Sonic the Hedgehog candies. Okay, so right off the bat, I see Pez dispensers. Gummy, okay, fruit snacks, Pez, lollipop. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, they had like mint. Yeah, one tin had like a pink and green. One was like a dark crimson red. Yeah, okay.
And keep in mind, I did purposely leave out some ladies due to the fact that a couple of them, I'm like, yeah, I don't think this is going to fly at all.
John... I can't believe this is his fucking name. John Goodenough, a scientist known for his critical role in the creation of the lithium-ion battery, has passed away at the age of 100.
Damn!
He just kept going and going and going and going.
And going and going, like the lithium-ion battery he made.
Yeah.
Damn! 100. He lived a life.
So yeah. So Gizmo, I just typed out each of the names of the waifu. Who's on down below. This is from top to bottom and in order from left to right.
Are these their full names?
Yes.
Like it's just Faye, not like Faye something or
yes,
Lord of whatever Faye.
They only have first names. They don't have surnames like they would in the Fire Emblem anime.
And
note that Marth doesn't have a canonical last name. They just made one up for the anime.
I didn't even know there was an anime. Okay.
I was moonwalking there by accident.
Alex.
Tails,
Are they all from the same game?
These are all from Fire Emblem Echoes: Shadows of Valentia, so yes. And by the way, in regards to Sonya for Fire Emblem, in Shadows of Valentia, there's a bit where you can only pick one of two paths to go on, and if you and
so
whoever you don't
literally playing Tetris,
and whoever you choose not to go after, or ends up becoming your ally. Right, and you have a choice between a promoted mercenary by the name of Dean or another mage in the form of Sonya. The reason why it's difficult in Shadows of Valentia is due to the fact that you're choosing between really good base stats or boobs. Alex, when given the choice between base stats or boobs, which do you choose?
Boobs give great base stats of their own, so I'm going with boobs.
Yes.
That's like asking whether you want tits or destiny.
Tits.
Exactly.
But here's the thing: in the original Fire Emblem Gaiden, and Sonya does not,
Dear God,
is not
where are all these boxes coming from?
Is not as hot
the warehouse
as
has to run out eventually.
The box ghost.
Voiced by Rob Paulson.
Who here disturbs the sanctity of my living domain? Find the box ghost!
Box Ghost was such a strange villain in Danny Phantom.
I think I thought he had potential because it's always the villains that start off pathetic.
He ends up getting with the lunch lady ghost in an alternate future.
It's the villains that start out pathetic that eventually become dangerous because he is so. Think about it like this: you see a guy that's being a villain, and let's say his gimmick is soda, like he can only control soda, right? And now you underestimate him so much because what the fuck's he gonna do? There's no soda around here. He needs a soda. He can only control soda. Back to jail with you. Just don't put soda near him. Yada yada yada. Now in the future, because
it's gonna be like the worst Batman villain.
Right, it's sort of like the Condiment King or the White Rabbit. But think about it like this:
or Calendar
who says
Man.
powers? Well, Calendar Man eventually became badass. That's where I'm getting at, though. In the future, let's say he's had enough. Let's say he really wants to become badass. Let's say he wants to really become badass. Let's say he's sick of people looking down at him. Like the Box Ghost, that villain's going to evolve. He no longer controls boxes. He can make boxes out of energy, pure energy, and he can trap you in them if he wanted to. And he became buff, and he became manly, and he became something of a Chad. If you want to argue with that, please don't. Imagine the guy no longer controls soda. He now controls juices too. Now he controls coffee. Now he controls water. Now he controls everything that's drinkable and every liquid imaginable.
He's basically a waterbender by that point.
Yeah, and that also includes saliva, stomach acids, and blood. Now that guy is someone to be fucked with. And because you underestimate so much, Soda Man, what are you gonna do? Throw a Pepsi in my face? No, he's gonna control your body with by controlling your blood and literally walk you out of the jail system, and probably make literally everybody in that same jail bow to him. That's why I thought Box Ghost had potential. Sort of like how Dan had potential. But, they refuse to do anything with that. They still see him as the Joe character, which I don't mind. He's the underdog.
Oh, no.
Sonic, do you maybe want to do something about that?
So Gizmo, how do you feel about the aesthetics of each of these waifus? And again,
They're more. I'm not gonna say classic because that's already obvious. They're more cute marriage material rather than take you behind the shed kind of material, if you know what I mean.
Right.
Like, if I take them behind the shed, then I'll want more. Then I'll want more than that. Then we'll both want more than even that. Then the ring pops out. These are the kind of girls.
Where's the ring popping out from, Gizmo? Inquiring minds want to know.
Do you want to know, though?
I want to know. Can you show me?
I think I might know, but I'm afraid to find out.
I just want you to know that the ring ain't going out anywhere you're thinking.
Are you going the Deadpool route?
Great. It's a kick ring! No, I'm not kidding.
Okay, now I know that there are
I know there are more characters that are what we're thinking of, more fancy.
I know there are characters from Fire Emblem 4 and 5. But unfortunately, I do not feel like going through characters whom I know next to nothing about. So I'm just going through the ones that I do know.
What about you guys? Any waifus you want to get off your chest so I can just get them out of the way and put them in the list?
You've got the girls from Rosario plus Vampire on there, right?
Some of them, yeah.
Okay, you need to put all of them on there because all of them have qualifying entries.
I have a list of
How old is
waifus,
Yukari?
But I don't know if they're...
Yukari has a fully grown version, and from not only the age up episode but also a flash forward. So yeah.
Yeah, but it's not part
of
of
one.
Mm,
You're going to include that one.
Look, even if Seamus, for some odd reason, downs the age limit to 10, I don't think he's gonna have her in there.
I'm exercising my veto power over this, and I'm saying, and you have to include adult Yukari in there, because
I wouldn't mind putting adult Yukari in there, but the fact is, she's literally only she only has one episode.
Her boobs are bigger than Kurumu's.
She's only been in one episode, and she's in a flash forward. That's barely anything. You would have to talk to Seamus about that. I would have to talk to Seamus about that.
I have a list of waifus I wouldn't mind added, but I feel like I'm the only one that would actually know.
From where?
Is anyone here familiar with the Outlaw Sports game?
Excuse me, what was that?
Too.
Like Outlaw Golf, Outlaw Volleyball, and Outlaw
Yes,
Tennis.
I vaguely remember that.
There's not enough there. There's not enough there. They're just caricatures.
So?
We have Hello Nurse on there.
No, she's an actual character. Hello Nurse is an actual character. They actually gave her character as time went on. Not just in the show, but they gave her comic books. Not just appearances, but her own issues. She's an actual agent. She actually has a doctorate. That's her real name.
Oh, okay, Dr. Nurse.
That's just her real name. She just happens to be called
Her full name is
Nurse.
Dr. Nurse.
Yes.
Dr. Hello Nurse.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
Oh, okay. Let me go even more obscure. The female characters...
Damn it, Robotnik.
Oh, okay, I know a game that's even more obscure than the Outlaw Sports games. What about
that fucking head of yours?
What about the female characters in Eternal Champion?
What about Rumble Roses?
What about Spider-Man?
Actually, he's gotten a lot of Spider-Man girls on there already.
I got a picture of a Spider-Girl in a thong on my front page.
Including Mayday Parker.
And then Gwen Stacy's just like, I swear to God, whoever did this, I am going to fucking deck.
You know what? I don't think we ever talked about Rumble Roses.
Or one of the other Spider-Girls.
I don't think we talked about Rumble Roses. I'll put that there. Eternal Champions, you said?
Yeah.
See, I'm going to put those there.
Eternal Champions of the Spotless Mind.
The one where you have to fight as a fucking bird.
Here's the story about Eternal Champions. Sega wanted to at least have a fighting game under their belt because Midway has Mortal Kombat, Capcom has Street Fighter, so they wanted a fighting game of their own. And so Eternal Champions was made. And then down the line...
I think the game's broken, guys.
The original Eternal Champions was made for the Genesis, and then down the line, for the Sega CD, they had an enhanced version called Eternal Champions Challenge from the Dark Side, in which it was slightly more graphically enhanced, more stages, more ways to kill, and more characters. And they even expanded more on the story. Well, Eternal Champions was on its way to be Sega's fighting game until Sega in Japan wanted another fighting game made. But here's the thing: they could only have one fighting game made because apparently there was some unspoken rule that every company needed only one fighting game franchise per company. And when Eternal Champions was at its height, they killed it and replaced it with Virtua Fighter.
Ouch.
And
Right
from
move,
what
business
I
wise.
have seen, Virtua Fighter didn't really get all that popular.
Virtual. That's cap.
Virtual Fighter. No, Virtual Fighter didn't get super popular, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, you know, I guess
Like,
they
it
had to wait
was-
until the Virtual Fighter Kids, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4, and then 5.
Virtual
And then
Virtual Fighter 5, the game that barely anybody knows about. Virtual Fighter 4, the game again that barely anybody knows about. Like, having 5 games does not mean anything. Virtual Fighter
They are
has been
serving the
around
niche,
since the
and they're
Genesis.
glad serving that niche.
Now,
what niche? The games, there's not
Virtual
been a Virtual
Fighter
Fighter game
fans?
in like 10 years.
now Eternal Champions, when it was alive, it was so popular. It got 2 spin-off games. One to focus on Larson, and one that focused on Shadow. And one of those where 2 of them teamed up. So at least we had a spin-off game as well. And then it got popular where it had a comic book series in Sonic the Comic.
Really?
And yeah, in the story of the comics is an evil force has been threatening to destroy the world. So the Eternal Champion has brought the champions back, but this time instead of a contest, they formed this team that essentially would be akin to like the Avengers and X-Men, etc. But what I love is they added bits of detail and personality to the characters. Like, for an example, the character Xavier Pendragon, because he was originally killed by being burned at the stake, he grew a phobia of fire. And because Shadow was originally killed by being shoved off the 101st floor tower, she gained not only a fear of heights, but a fear of the number 101. So they took some story elements of the games and made decent personalities in the comics. And why they chose to kill it off when it was on top of its height is fucking beyond me. And some people that worked on the original game has expressed enough interest that they want to have a 3D remake. But not enough people were interested in it. So Sega, you may have been responsible for Sonic, you may have been responsible for Mad World, but I have to say, fuck you. You wanted a fighting game, you had a fighting game. You had it. It was in your hand.
It was right there in the palm of your hands.
Just like the power of the sun.
I wasn't gonna make the joke, but, you know.
Well,
Too
some
easy.
had to. But no, like, it was a new take on the whole fighting game fatality type Mortal Kombat clone. And then Rare, you know, with Killer Instinct, look what happened. Xbox One remake.
Anyway, Gizmo, I shared the waifus from the prequel to Fire Emblem 6, Fire Emblem 7, and the Blazing Blade. Don't ask me how this works. Let me know what you think of those.
Yeah, these are a little more modern-ish.
They're from the
The
GBA
Game Fire Emblem,
trilogy.
right? Oh,
No, GBA.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I forgot. She made an appearance there.
And the reason why, and at first I was having a difficulty, thinking of adding Nino to the is But then I'm like, no, wait, she becomes a mother in Fire Emblem 7, so we can add her. Or
Is it
not Fire
called
Emblem 7, Fire Emblem 6.
or
No, Fire Emblem 6. My bad.
is it called 7 or 6, or what's the actual title?
Fire Emblem 6 is called the Binding Blade. Fire Emblem 7 is called the Blazing Blade.
The Blazing
that's
Blade.
not confusing at all.
Yeah,
And
and
this
guess what? A Binding Blade is the game with Roy.
And these in this game is where these girls came from, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Fire Emblem 7 and the Blazing Blade is where these girls came from. And Lindis is certainly an interesting case.
Why?
Just because, even though she is another female lord, or much like Celica was in Fire Emblem 2, she comes off more as a warrior than as like a lord, if that makes any sense to you.
No.
Basically, she looks less formal than Celica does. Like, she doesn't give off the impression of lord status. That is until you have to clear her mandatory tutorial.
Joseph,
because
you're asking about He-Man and the Masters of the Universe?
He-Man.
Let's never consider the Tila show.
Yeah, we've got the He-Man and the Masters of the Universe characters on there. I think we had a conversation about this last week.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. Let me see for a minute
You told
here.
me.
No. I have him on the list to talk to him about. I didn't say I talked to him about him yet.
Oh.
Let me just double check to see if
Targeting reticle disappears for some reason.
Samurai Showdown. Yeah, I didn't get to them yet. I'm tackling both He-Man and She-Ra, just so you know, and it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it doesn't really matter what versions there are because they're grown ass.
God damn it.
Oh, and just a warning about the Tellius games, Gizmo. There's a lot of characters. Like, an insane amount of characters. And no, we're not including Ike's little sister on here.
How old is she?
I'm gonna DM you. Oh, and I'm gonna DM you an image of her, and I'm going to ask.
Even if she looks like she's like 10, that can mean a lot of things. That can mean she's a short stack. That can mean she's got a curse on her. That can mean she's anything. Did they say their ages in there?
No.
None of the Fire Emblems. None of them ever say how old the girls are or men.
Some of them do. Some of them not so much. Anyway, this is how Ike's sister looks in the first game. Here's how she looks in Radiant Dawn.
I could easily think that she's 16.
Presumably we'd end up including her.
Sure, but again, you said it yourself. A lot of these games don't reveal the ages of these characters.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and put in at least a number of these waifus. But for the Path of Radiance characters, I'm going to put in their designs from Radiant Dawn on just to be safe. Because Radiant Dawn has like a time skip. If that helps in any way whatsoever.
What happened?
No, I'm saying it help. I'm asking if it. I'm asking it has a time skip. If that helps at all.
Not really.
Well, it ages them up to the point where.
Yeah, that doesn't help because again, you just said they don't reveal their age. For all I know, just 1 year came by and she just had a sudden growth spurt.
Look, I'm just gonna put these down and get it over with.
Oh boy. Okay.
Just gonna rip the bandage off. I find it funny how there's a lot of characters in Fire Emblem who have this thing with having with where they have this thing that they have to have mini skirts and boots. How does that make you feel, Alex?
That entirely depends on the appearance, I suppose.
But I mean, like, there's quite a few characters that are like that. My God, I forgot how big they made. I keep forgetting how big they made Wailord in Coliseum and XD Gale of Darkness. Like, they made him huge. Like, this was a damn whale.
If I don't succeed this time, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up and go grab something to eat.
Right. Oh dear. Gizmo.
Mm.
The Tellius games, aka A Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn, are when we get introduced to the Furry Brigade, aka the Lagoos.
They didn't stop you from raiding Barry.
Huh? No, I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying in case there's an issue on your end. Wait, which one was Barry again?
Conker's girlfriend.
Oh, right. My bad. The only reason I call some of these, why I call the Lagoos, those characters, the Furry Brigade, is literally because of this one joke from this one college humor sketch, and at least I think it's a college humor sketch where it's Furry Force.
Yeah, I remember.
Why are they so sexy?
Oh yeah, I don't think we talked about the Rumble Roses characters. I'm thinking of doing that, and I'm also thinking of doing the Eternal Champions girls if there's enough info there. Because, like you said, there's only had 3 games, and that was in the Sega Genesis era.
Yeah,
That's gonna be tough.
One for Genesis, 2 for CD.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough to convince them, or even convince me, considering they're stuck in one console generation and that was it. But then again,
Yeah.
he does have some Golden Axe characters on there, so who knows?
Buy my balls, girl.
Oh my balls!
I swear, I will never see that that guy for anything other than
I think Bruce Campbell announced his retirement.
Did he? I thought he said.
Yep.
Like for real?
Yeah, hold on. He posted it up on Twitter.
Yeah, hold on. So 4 days ago, he said, "Okay, so I'm 65 today. Time to retire, I guess. Thanks for watching."
Okay,
so that was a joke. That
was
a
it? I mean,
joke, man.
Was it? I mean, at 65, that is retirement age.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew that he said that he was done playing Ash.
Well, no, he said he was done playing Ash in live action form, like he was done acting as him. He didn't say anything about it, like say in animation or or voice acting or anything like that.
Fair enough. Yay, you got it done! About fucking time.
So, apparently, as a method of promotion for the Secret Wars show, Disney has been putting people in Skrull costumes in real-life news broadcasts, and oh dear God.
Oh my God, I feel like that's gonna turn south.
Well, you know, this is fucking stupid.
Stupid!
You are stupid. You are stupid. And you know what else?
Like,
you are stupid.
You know what would have made more sense if they let the news play, but then they would mimic the broadcasts, getting some interference, and then maybe half of their faces revealed to be Skrull or something.
Okay.
What?
Press X to use the boost to break through obstacle. Wow, that's fucking weird.
Boost to win. Boost to win.
Do a barrel roll.
Barrel roll. Barrel roll. Do a barrel roll. Do a barrel roll. Do a barrel roll.
Oof. Oh, poor Tails.
Why doesn't the hitbox extend to the fucking tornado? Why is it only me and Tails?
Okay, Gizmo, your thought on the Path of Radiance waifus?
Tails, you gotta shake off those stars. You're the one.
All I can say is they look nice. I literally have not played a single Fire Emblem game in my life because of how expensive they are and have become. Because everyone wants to scalp a fucking bitch.
Aesthetically.
They look nice.
Any aesthetic that sticks out to you?
Not really.
Eh.
You gotta understand, this is a guy that not only has not played the game, but has also not looked up a cutscene, has not looked up gameplay. I only know about Fire Emblem through word of mouth, game announcements, and because of Melee introducing Marth and Roy. I have not even
Ike is in Brawl.
Okay.
I mean, that would get you at least somewhat curious as to where he's from.
Introduced through Melee. That means I know of Fire Emblem and know that certain Fire Emblem characters are getting into Smash. I'm interested in playing Fire Emblem. I just have no ways of playing them outside of emulation, and I don't want to go through that loophole for something like Fire Emblem.
You're gonna have to for the Tellius games, Gizmo.
Yeah, there's a bunch of games that are not translated.
That's
for
Not
Fire
officially,
Emblem.
I mean.
That's for Fire Emblem 4, 5, and 6. Those are the only ones that have never been.
This game is so fucking bootleg.
Those are the only Fire Emblem games that have no official translation. Well, although is unlikely Fire Emblem 3, but that's besides the point.
Oh no, I missed
Fire Emblem 1.
Whatever will I do?
Continue on.
I'll have to. Near, far, wherever you are.
Okay, Alex, in the waifu images, tell me what you think of the waifus from the Fire Emblem games I've shared.
Hang on. The first one is a yes. Second one is a maybe. Maybe. Sure. Probably. Sure, why not? Yeah. Do I have to take the dragon too?
No, I'm talking about
I'm going through them in order.
Where's the dragon in Shadows of Valentia's artwork?
Look at the. Oh, I was at Path of Radiance.
No, you don't have to take the wyverns.
Okay, hang on. Let me scroll back up. Okay, so Shadows of Valentia, maybe. Yes. Yes. Maybe. Maybe. Yes. Yes. Maybe. Yes. Maybe. Oh wait, I'm looping.
Alright, now for Fire Emblem Blazing Blade. From Lindis all the way down.
The girl with the purple hair, her on the first batch is she's fine.
Rena?
Fire Emblems, yes. Fire Emblem 7, probably.
You're gonna say probably to Lindis?
The green-haired samurai?
Yes.
I mean, just from a cursory glance, yeah, probably.
Breaking news. A localizer for a game called Clover Days has publicly called both the game's audience and Japan, all of Japan, I mean, like literally the entire country, pedophiles, with the company's responsibility not to be bad. Yeah, I just saw this right now. Fucking A, really.
Anyway, back to rating the anyway, hey Alex. Next on back to Fire Emblem 7 and waifus.
Does the Pegasus have to come with her too, or
no? No, you don't have to screw the Pegasus.
Okay. The Ace Attorney fangirls are now wailing. Maybe. Probably. Sure. Yes. Maybe. Sure. Probably. That's a girl?
Which one?
The thief character with the spear in the skirt. Like, I don't
yeah, that's a girl. That's a girl.
Maybe. Probably not. And we're back to the start.
All right, now Path of Radiance.
Absolutely, fuck the hell yes. Probably.
So Titania is Death by Snoo Snoo.
Yes. Maybe. Sure. Why not? I ain't a furry butt. Maybe. Yes. Those eyes give me weird vibes. Maybe.
Yeah. So, I'm probably gonna butcher this. Nacier? Kev, you're the expert. You should help me.
Okay, for Fire Emblem, for which Fire Emblem game?
Path of Radiance, the one with the bow.
Oh.
How's her name pronounced?
No.
It is Nacier.
Okay, I did have her. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have to agree with Kev. The eyes.
You mean Alex?
Yeah. The eyes, yeah. Let's see.
And keep in mind that these ladies, the artwork for these ladies is all from their Radiant Dawn artwork.
I think out of all the Fire Emblem waifus you've sent, Linda's from 7. I'll take her. Yes. From Path of Radiance. Yes. I agree with Alex. Death by Snoo Snoo.
From Titania.
Titania, she is definitely the one that would probably throw me through a wall.
Oh yeah.
Mia, not so much Snoo Snoo, but I would date her. I would.
So second date material.
Yes.
Ileana.
I'm gonna have to pass. I'm just not feeling that romance.
All right.
Same with
Miss.
same with Miss. Not really feeling it.
Well,
hang out.
Ike would just be sneering at you if you made moves on his sister.
Yeah, no. Like I just hang out, but nothing like that.
Some people would actually ship her with Rolf, the green-haired archer, or from the Tellius games.
Honestly, if I could only choose one Fire Emblem waifu, you should know who I would pick.
And her name is Lucina.
Yep.
Jesus Christ, Eggman, how many fucking nuclear missiles do you have?
He has all of them.
But, yeah. Lucina has the #1 slot in my heart when it comes to Fire Emblem waifus. Yeah.
I'm not sure if Gimzo has as the Awakening waifus listed.
Out of curiosity, do we have any F-Zero waifus?
Good question, actually.
Man,
no.
For an F-Zero fan, for as much of an F-Zero fan as I am, I have no idea about any of the characters other than Captain Falcon and the fact that Fox McCloud Sr. is in that game.
There are a bunch of female characters. It's just that not a lot of them have. They have backstory, just not Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat levels of backstory.
But
at most, they have Tekken 4 levels of backstory, if that at least.
Funny thing is, I've never played a Tekken game.
Like, if you play F-Zero GX on some sort of like World Cup mode, you have the option to know a little bit more about the characters when they give the interview.
I used to play.
Why did you race? And 2 other questions.
Yeah.
The problem is, I don't know anything else about the characters because the copy of F-Zero I have is scratched to fucking hell. I don't know how. I took goddamn care of it, and now I can't play any. I literally cannot play it past the menu.
That's a shame.
The moment I start up a race, it goes, "Hey, can't read your disc. Can't read your disc. There's something wrong with it."
The most
something you can do if you don't have access to a disc resurfacer, you can use baby wipes and plain lotion to kind of rub around the disc in a clockwise circular motion, and it'll help fill in some of the cracks. Or scratches, rather.
I remember years ago I read you can use good toothpaste. Not the gel kind, but the paste.
Yeah, don't
that
do that.
Toothpaste trick doesn't work.
Yeah, desperately do not do that.
Like, I will say that
you're a slow bastard.
And yet we still love you.
There's this one time where my brother purposely kept destroying a lot of my shit. So when one of his games stopped working, I said, "Okay, I know how to fix this," and I used the gel.
I hit the button.
Let me guess. Nothing was occurring.
Like it just made it worse. It made things worse. And yeah, he did get pissed off at me, but I told him, "Hey, I done what I always did, and it always worked for me." So I don't know why it didn't work for this. It always worked for me.
I got a free copy of Resident Evil 6 for sending somebody that trick.
Interesting.
I knew nothing would really be done because the next day his friends came over and gave him like $300.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anytime, Tails.
Anytime.
Okay.
Tails.
Okay. I almost had a heart attack there, but I'm okay. I'm okay. I am okay.
He proceeds not to be okay.
Only to find out that he was okay the whole time.
Everything's alright. Yes, everything's fine.
But yeah, with the $300 that his friends gave him, he just got him a new system, some games.
Jesus fucking Christ.
This part makes me think of an old Genesis game. I don't know if anyone has heard of it. It's called...
Is it called
Death
Sonic the
Duel.
Hedgehog 2?
I was going to say Death Duel. I haven't played Death Duel. I have seen a lot of videos, and oh my god, that game is a huge fuck up. And you wanna know how much of a fuck up it is? You don't have to run out of health to lose.
That sounds fucking amazing. Just absolutely outstanding.
Indeed.
Yeah, you don't have to run out of health to lose. Just run out of ammo. Instant game over.
Get the rings, get the rings, get the rings.
And the game over message on Death Duel, oh my god. Talk about a guilt trip and a half. Essentially, because you lose, and you are representing the planet Earth, slowly all the water dries up, all the crops and food go bad, and the Earth
That's
slowly
like the
decays.
extreme. That's like the extreme version of the "you and your friends are dead" game over ending from Friday the 13th.
Yep.
Your friends are dead. Your family's dead. Your fucking pets are being. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong guy.
I remember that. That's from Escape from Crystal Lake. I remember that. But yeah, and not only that, but before the message, the last thing you see before the message is your destroyed mech with the Grim Reaper standing over it. Although the music is a fucking banger.
Okay, so Kevin just posted the Awakening Girls.
I'm getting more of them because I can only post 10 images at a time.
Well, 10 at a time. I'll go through them now. Probably
I'm sure
not. Definitely yes. Abso-fucking-lutely.
What, you don't want to have sex with yourself as a woman?
No, I don't want to do that. What do you think I am, Peter Parker?
Yeah.
Ultimate Peter Parker, I should say.
I was gonna say that requires context.
Yeah, Ultimate Peter Parker. And
You know he wasn't really gonna make out with his clone.
Jessica Drew. Look up Ultimate Jessica Drew. Tell me you
Oh.
wouldn't. Maybe. Definitely not. Sure. Absolutely.
Which one was absolutely?
Okay, so Lance, long red hair.
You have terrible taste.
Sure. And just as long as she keeps her ID with her, I think we'll be all right.
Oof.
Are we talking Noe?
Yes.
When I see that she's actually over 1,000 years old, I'm like, so you're saying that just to say that you're legal?
She's 1,000 years old, Kevin. Every guy is a younger guy.
Even the guys that she ends up having the most
So she's technically a cougar.
Like
a cougar who looks like a lolly.
So a cougar.
Like Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
How long did Wonder
no,
Woman...
she's Amazonian. She's living her own
Wonder
fetish.
Woman the Wonder Lolly?
I can actually explain that. So there's you've seen the Justice League
that was
cartoon,
a rhetorical question.
Okay.
But like I was just saying, like how long did it take for her to stop being, as Wonder Lolly? Is that the actual answer? Is the answer in that episode of the Justice League cartoon?
What?
Is the answer to the question in the Justice League cartoon?
No.
And the only reason I wait until
you can bring that answer up if you want. Like, I mean, I knew it, but pretty sure Kevin knew it too. But well, Kevin would know it more than I would probably. Anyways, yeah, go ahead.
the reason why I kind of would hold back from having Tiki in from Shadow Dragon on these things is because Tiki is, well, too young. She ended up aging over 1,000 years, and then it's like, oh wow, she got quite the glow up.
Oh my god. Almost had a heart attack there.
Puberty did her many wonders.
So Gizmo, do you want to explain the Wonder Lolly to the audience?
So for those who don't know, Wonder Lolly originated from Justice League Unlimited, I believe.
Yeah, it was in the Justice League Unlimited episode where Superman, context, Batman, and Wonder Woman and Green Lantern all ended up being turned into kids.
Right.
So
for context on that, okay then.
Trying to remember his name.
So for context on that, so what happened was when the Justice League rounded about a bunch of villains, they were magically summoned and magically transported to another dimension when not Felix Faust, just so you know, not Felix Faust, but another magic user.
I remember now. It's Mordred.
Mordred. So when what happened was Mordred sent out a spell that would eliminate adults from Earth. Literally anybody that was 18 or over, and would only be conquered by kids. And that sent all the adults into another dimension, including the superheroes: Superman, John Stewart, the Green Lantern, Batman, and Wonder Woman. That would also include a bunch of supervillains who were also in the way. What happened was the only way to get to him was to also be a kid. So Mordred's mother, stay with me here. Mordred's mother put a magic spell on the four, so they can go back to Earth as kids. And from there you see not only John Stewart, Batman, Superman, but also Wonder Woman shrunken down to what could be seen as maybe 5, maybe 8 years old. And from that, Wonder Woman was one of them, and that's where Wonder Lolly came from because of the infamous time of when Wonder Woman became a lolly.
Oh, I see.
It lasts for like almost the entire episode. Actually, it wasn't until they got rid of the they tricked Mordred into becoming an adult himself, which then tricked him into putting the Earth back the way it was and making the adults again,
including Etrigan the demon, who was turned into a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and for some
by
reason,
the way, this is much better than the Young Justice episode that did this exact same thing.
Anyway, I posted the rest of the females.
So because of that one episode, just that one episode, it doesn't happen anywhere else. No clip compilations, no, oh, here we go again kind of things, nothing like that. That just happened for the one episode. Because of that, there's a lot of fan art of Wonder Lolly everywhere. Don't ask me how I know.
Well, considering how much time we spend on the internet.
Okay, so that's gonna be a maybe.
Tharja.
Sure. No, Tharja. Yeah, that's a maybe. Yeah. Sure. Why not? Yeah. Okay. Wouldn't say no. Ooh, mama.
Which one is who? Which one is who, Mama?
Who do you fucking think?
Dark
Jake-
skin, large sword, blonde hair.
Muscle, yeah. Lucina,
in other
yeah,
news-
sure.
In other news,
maybe-
there was a crackdown on wood and coal-fired ovens in New York City, hitting mostly pizzerias. And now, because of this, there's now a thing called New York City Pizza Party, a protest in which people are throwing pizzas over the fence of the somewhere.
The mayor?
The mayor's
City
house, yeah.
council? Yeah.
Anyway, the reason why I didn't include Noe's daughter, Na, is due to the fact that she is an actual female lolly, so it's not okay at all.
And it's fucking, you know, it's fucking amazing. New York City is fucking something up, and Michael Bloomberg isn't involved. Sure. Now we're back to Tharja. Maybe and fuck no.
Where's the fuck no?
Tharja's daughter, Noor.
Yeah, the
These-
fucking...
You didn't even put names on them, so I don't know who's who.
I did.
Wilting, the wilting
next one.
flower of a fucking archer. Oh dear God.
I did.
I feel
Oh,
sorry
so
for
those are
whoever
them.
the
Hey,
hell
let's
I
them in
paired her
order.
up with.
Never mind then.
She has the highest support. She has the fastest support with Gaius,
Yeah, that guy. I feel
The
sorry
orange-
for him.
the orange-haired thief.
Yeah.
Alright, so
The fuck?
from the Awakening sets, 1, 2. Sully definitely would smash.
She's a tomboy.
Well, other than goths, what do you think I'm into?
Tomboys.
Yep. So, hold on. 1, 2. And then from the second set, definitely we'll go with the Samurai Babe.
Sayuri.
I believe so.
Sayuri's the only samurai babe on here.
And then, of course, Lucina.
No. Her name is Lucina. You can't see me. My time is now.
And why wouldn't date Selena? I would definitely annoy her.
At least you know that Selena is her alias in Fates.
Yep.
She's the prototypical tsundere.
Again, annoying.
Tsundere.
Oh boy, there are a lot of waifus in Fates.
Fates is a weird one. There's a lot of shit going on in that game.
I'm gonna have to wait till tomorrow to put out the entirety of the females in that game. And yes, the second generation characters do somewhat count due to the fact that, you know, you could actually marry them.
Okay,
That's
so
the
we
one.
just gave up on there being any kind of continuity to the space at this level, I guess. Sonic and Moonwalk.
So what's been your favorite part of Sonic 4 or Episode 2 thus far?
Well, the animations are much better than they were in Sonic 4 Episode 1, so that's a big plus. I think the fact that The fact that the special zones aren't nearly as fucking stupid as the first game, that would be... That's a great example of, Nope, 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 nope.
You just
Hey, at
became
least you've made significant amount of progress. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Oh god, I hate it when Miltank uses milk drink. Because it's basically a Miltank's equivalent of recover. So which area are you in, Alex?
The one where I'm dying.
That's very non-specific. You're gonna have to... As in, which zone are you in? What level are you on?
Sky Fortress.
Oh, you're near the end of the game.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and grab all the Chaos Emeralds. But when I get done with this...
Game over. Won't let you. I'm reminded when I say that, I'm reminded of the reminded of the bit from Sanity Not Included where there's this guy who will not let you do whatever. He doesn't specify on what, but he just won't let you.
Oh dear. Oh
What?
no. Oh no, I'm finding images. If my phone can cooperate.
Finding images of what?
You'll see.
Oh dear lord. Alright,
There's a
McJag is
broadcast.
at level 43. Okay, so I've been grinding for over 3 hours. Let's see, does this end here? Do I have one more? Okay, it ends here. I apologize for the lack
They
of
did not say.
progress on my end.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
But did you die?
No.
I did,
But
and I
did you
somehow
die?
managed to make some more progress.
I'm gonna go get some more hyper potions and revives, because... No, wait. There's a better place to get this stuff.
Okay, I'm sending the image in broadcast chat. There you go.
I'm not sure I
What
want
the
to...
fuck? Sock puppets. What? Hi, Miles Edgeworth. Who's next to Miles in that picture?
That's supposed to be Sully.
That's Miles Edgeworth. You can't fucking lie to me. It has the fucking cravat.
It does. It does. I looked at Fire Emblem Sully fan art, and that's one of the results I got. I enjoy Sully's trademark toilet seat.
Well, at the very least, grinding up in Railgam Tower has not only built up my team's experience points, but also has actually built up my wallet so I can prepare for what is to come.
Okay, so It would have been better if it was Edgeworth, but it's not.
Well, anyway, I'm gonna end the stream here and then grind off screen, and so that next time when I get back to this game, I'll be able to make more progress. So, oh yeah. Yes. Anywho, let me just save.
No.
And that's gonna be it for me. So next time on Pokemon XD, hopefully I'll be headed to Citadark Isle this time. So, and next week we will be doing more Mario Party.
Yep. Until then,
Friday?
we'll see you guys later. But
Toodles.
the title
Bye-bye.
screen music is so fucking loud.